All right, fam. So here we go. We got our Lumiricks. It's the Old West Traveling Circus. Now, Lumiricks sent me this set, okay, and this is like my introductory set to get to them. Now, I've been doing Lumiricks for a while, so I've got quite a bit. Um, I've done, what's it, the Deer Crossing, which I think I just posted on Instagram. I've done, we did the Sunset Stopover not too long ago. We've done the Stagecoach. We've done the Treasury Stagecoach. We did the Old West Gold Mine and the Cheese Farmhouse. The Gold Mine's probably my favorite so far. I really love that set. I really like the Stagecoach. I really love the Treasury Stagecoach. So they sent me this one. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So this box is very, very, very heavy. It's heavy. When I first got it out of the box itself, I was like, I felt like I couldn't pick it up. It's massive. It's a big set. It's 1,962 pieces. So I don't think we're gonna have one whole episode where we're putting this together. It might be two episodes, and I kind of planned it on two, just because there's so much to it. So I did my homework. This is our book. I mean, it's about as thick as a 2000 AD graphic novel of a big story arc of Judge Dredd. Like, there's a lot here, right? And there's a ton of goodies with it and everything. So it's gonna be a big set. Don't expect it to be built like all today. That's just, I don't think that's going to be a very realistic thing that we have going on. So, with that being said, okay, out of the box. So, I had to do some research and I had to kind of like go through the booklet, get some things set. So, the box is huge. I had to pull back the camera a little bit. We'll put that over here in our book cam. And this set, of course, like all the Lumibrick sets, oh my goodness, it does open up, and there's quite a bit of bags to it. So what we'll do is we'll need to separate them in a way that makes sense for us. So we got bag F and F. So we'll put our Fs over here. Sevens we'll actually put way over there. Ones, threes. You know what? Let me grab the box. Let's take the box off of here, and then we'll go from there. We got fours, so we got threes and fours, ones, fives, tens. Yeah, we go all the way up to tens here. We got two, so one, two, and threes over here. F's right there. Another two. Another one, a giant one, and this is our base, so we've got quite a bit to it. We've got six. Look, 6, 7. I know the kids really want to hear that. It's when I saw there was like a meme on, it was like a teacher thing on Instagram. It was like, how many times we hear 6, 7 a day, and it was like Dorothy going, "Oh, at least 100,000 times." there, there are times that it's like I'm feeling my own brain rotting from hearing it so often. I mean, I don't even know if there's another 6. I'm not even sure kids are aware sometimes of just how much they're saying it. So we got 8, another 6, another 8. What's this one? A 4. We'll put 4s over there. A 3. We need a 3. A 7. Let's see. 5. 10. And then an S. And then our Lumibricks kit. So, here's what I'm going to do. Because that's a lot. That's more than my space will allow right now. So, I'm going to take 10. I'm going to put 10 in here. We'll keep 5 out. We'll put 6 over here. We'll put 8 and 7. Oh my goodness. 7, 8, 6, 6, and there you go for the kids. 7, 6, 7. All right. I'm about to put that one on the floor here. Okay. Game plan wise, let's start talking about some things. So, out of the book. Sorry, it's a little crazy today. So, out of the book, we'll put Lumiricks there. There we go. Lumiricks. I love this company, by the way. If you've never heard me talk about Lumiricks, I absolutely love this company. I was able to save up. I did some surveys. I connected accounts. I did all this stuff. I saved up and got all these points by doing some social media stuff, connecting accounts, doing things that I was able. So I got like a little figure set from Funhole. So it's actually listed as Funhole, even though it's Lumiricks. It was like a survey kit from way back in the day. It was something I had my eye on, so I ordered it. And then was able to get enough points to get a $20 off coupon. And because again, through the rewards program with Lumiricks, and they do have really cool rewards programs where you can do reviews, connect accounts. When you buy sets, you get so many points per set that you can take that, roll it over to another set. So I was able to get the Cowboy Camp for like $15. And it's normally a $35 set. So I was able to take $20 off, and I'm waiting on that to come in after I'm done with this. Because for me, I love the Old West sets. So if there's ever a question like, oh, what should we get TayRayGun? Hey, check out, maybe I'll post my wish list online. I've got some of the Old West sets there, but like the sheriff's house, the saloon, the general store, the post office, like all the Old West sets are amazing. I love them. They're really good sets. Okay. With our traveling circus set, we did get this really cool Welcome to the Wild West Show ticket. And I like it. I mean, it's a hefty duty here. You hear that? It's a hefty duty card. Like it's an actual ticket. I don't want to tear it. I like this. I'll probably end up framing this up. There's a part of me that wishes I could have had two, so I could put one and then one that way and see both sides. But maybe I'll put it in one of those glass floating frames so I can turn it around anytime I want. But I dig this a lot. That's fun. We didn't have to have it. They added it. I really like that they did that. It's makes me feel like I'm a part of the show now. Okay, so we'll put that over here to the side. Okay, for our book, and like I said, this thing is massive. It goes up to 292, 3, 4, 5, like almost 300 pages here. Okay, we get our service card. Of course, we've looked at our service cards before. We'll open it up, just take a look as we always do. So on the Lumiricks side, we're going to open this up. Much like any other service card, you scan it, you enter your information, and they will contact you back. As a matter of fact, they are sending me it got approved. They're sending me the repair kit for the old cheese farm. And just in time, too, because they're about to retire that old cheese farm. So if that's a set that you wanted to get, that cheese farm, I believe you can get it off of Lumiricks. You can actually use, if you look over there, I've got a referral link. You can click on that there. It might be on clearance, I can't remember, but it's not expensive. That cheese farm is there and available. And definitely go check out, like, just getting clicks and going checking out their store also helps out my channel quite a bit. So definitely at some point today, slip over there, go check it out, see what they got to offer. They got really cool sets. They got a Cyber City set that honestly, like, I'm invested in the Old West, but if I had a lot of money, I'd be getting that Cyber set too, because it reminds me a little bit of like the Cyberpunk, some kind of Johnny Mnemonic sort of. It's cool. It's really cool. And they got really cool light kits with flashing lights and like all sorts of things, like flashing tower lights and lights inside and like lights. They have it was like a elevated train thing. It's like a hover tram. Some cool stuff, some really cool figures. The police car is really cool. So that might be something I'm looking into as well, because I like cyberpunk stuff too. Okay. With this kit this time, kind of like the cheese farm, it's a big kit. We get our battery pack. This battery pack is in brown this time, and that's probably to hide it so it's not causing a bright whiteout with anything. This time, guess what, kids? I remembered to bring my batteries, and I didn't have to pull it out of another set. Like I said, I can't do the cheese farm yet. I can't put that battery pack on because it is broken. I'm waiting on my replacement. But we do have right here this battery pack. We're going to snap it into place. We're going to put our screw back in. And they do come with a little screwdriver. Most sets. I think, yeah, the Treasury Stagecoach also came with the screwdriver. So I've got a ton of those screwdrivers. But we got our screwdriver. And then we also have our tweezers for our lighting kit stuff. So we're going to put battery pack, screwdriver, and that stuff over there. We're going to put that in here. We're going to put our service card in this box, and we'll end up putting our extras in there as well. Out of that, we do have, let's see, what do we got this time? We got another one of those router bricks, which we know and love. We got our USB. So if you wanted, if they do sell a USB hub, so if you got a battery pack or a low voltage power source and you want to power several kits together, they do have these available. And honestly, I'm thinking once I have this up, if I get the cowboy camp and the gold mine, have it set up on like a display, I might end up going to my USB, plugging them all in, even setting up like one of the stagecoaches doesn't move, and plugging them all in so I could just flip a switch and they all light up. So we'll put USB in there for right now. And then over here we got our lighting kits. So we've got, looks like 2 barrels and these here. Oh, there's 2 of these together. Okay. Oh, I see what I did. We're going to go ahead and check them, because that's what we like to do. I'm going to plug them in. 1. We'll go... No? Is that the right way? 2. Plug this one in. Check it as well. 3. And then let's try our battery pack. Make sure that that's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, let's see. Nice, yeah. Everything is turning on, which is what we like to see. Like I said, for the most part, they've been pretty reliable. Besides for that one piece breaking, and that was, again, those batteries get heavy, and those wires, they don't necessarily hold a lot. This was the cheese farm battery pack. We got the same thing here. We got the same thing also with our Sunset was it Sunset Stopover? That's what it was. So, they've changed a little bit, and I think strengthened a few things. Okay, so here we go. We've got our Welcome to the Wild West show. And you got this beautiful layout here. Look at that picture. That is gorgeous. They got some really great photography. Okay, so right here it says, it feels like a dream now, but these days of laughter and wonder in the circus. Somewhere along the way, I got lost, but today I saw their poster. The circus is in town. Could you help me find the happy lady who once brought love and joy to the show? Oh, so we got a story this time. So if we're reading, I think we're reading left to right, so we'll try it. It says, oh, sweetheart, I'm afraid I don't. So, excuse me, miss, do you know Lady Joy? It says, sometimes what we seek isn't a person, it's a feeling. Okay. Over here, pardon me, sir, do you happen to know Lady Joy? And it says, can't say I know the name, son, but what's joy? But joy is what we deal in here. So there's the ringmaster. And then look, he's got the cowboy down here and a clown. Over here it says, let's see. It says, Lady Joy, you say? I know many faces, darling, but not that one. And we got, it says, down here, it says, Lady Joy, huh? Ain't heard that name in these parts. Stick around long enough, though, and you might catch it in the air like a good breeze on the plains. And there's our cowboy there. Oh, I get another cowboy. And he does come with the old 6-shooter. Then it says, I see it now. Joy isn't a person, it's in the air. And he's got all the minifigs here. And then it says, squawk. And then we got a bird. Oh, hey, we get a bird. It says, step right up, folks, and welcome to the Wild West Show. Squawk. And all right, so safety precautions. We got all of our normal stuff here. We're gonna port this over. And we've already looked at our Lumiricks stuff. Now, I would definitely say, if you're new to Lumiricks, definitely look over what they have. Check it out and make sure that you are checking everything, because it really does help to make sure that you don't have any problems beforehand. Now, we've already looked at that. We're going to start looking at F, and we're going to start looking at the minifigs and such. So, all right, we're going to look at our bags for F. We got 10, 1. Looks like we're going to need some from S. 1, 1, 1. And F's right here. Okay. So, got my trusty knives again. I'm trying to be as prepared as I can, you know what I mean? I'm trying to help you out. Okay, here we go. So with this one, we're going to open. We got the skirt here. Now, these items in here, Wild West Show and the curtains and all that, that belongs inside our build there. So we're going to put that there. Let's see. These have terror ridges on it, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to start putting together our little minifigs. And I will go ahead and say there are 7 of them this time. That's quite a bit. I love that 7 minifigs. This thing probably, I think it retails for about $99. So $100. You got 7 minifigs, a light kit, a horse, and 1,962 pieces. So that is almost 2,000 pieces for $100. You can't beat that. And you get a Wild West theme that you can't get everywhere. Come on, Lumiricks. You're spoiling me here. You're making me want more and more and more and more and more. And I know that's your advertising. You're doing that on purpose, aren't you? Okay, so we're going to put together this minifig right up here first. So this is our trapezist. So we've got our hair. We got lots of different faces. So we're going to kind of look through them. I might have to pull this one up here and look. We've got, let's see, which one is this? I think this is the one that's got the makeup right here. So she's got like some eyeshadow on. We'll put the hair on. Oh, how pretty are you? And then the legs, they are red legs, I believe. So we got this. We'll put the trunks on. Put that on. And I believe that goes like that. Yes. And then she's got the 2 plain arms. So one arm goes here. And then the other arm, go to the other side. And then let's get our hands. Now, for these, I'm going to do, instead of doing for her, I think I'll do the hands curved up. Let's see if I can find everything I need. We might have to switch the hands around later on just because of she's a trapezist, so I believe she will be hanging on like a rocker thing that comes down. All right, then we got our guy that's our Roman guy. He's roaming around. You know what? Let's do the bearded lady next. And here's my reasoning why. Bearded lady's face is easy to find. There we go. We got her face. We get her set of arms. So she's got the lime green arms here. So does the other guy. He's got lime green arms as well. So that I kind of want to knock out some parts, but some of the faces are similar, and I've really got to get up close and personal with that book to see who is who. So we'll take care of her. Now she has the skirt, and she has, looks like dark green legs. Here's the other leg right there. So we got 1 and 2. The skirt will go on like this and travel around. And that just goes on the pegs. So we can have a wrap right there. It goes right in there. So we got our skirt. Got the head. Let's put her hair on. Looks like a young man in a dress, right? Oh my goodness. We used to have, and I'm guessing it might still be around. I haven't heard from them in a long time, but we used to have it was a mobile truck. We used to get a lot of mobile businesses, and it was called the Bearded Lady, and it was a barber shop hair cutting thing. Gary would know. I think he had a hand in on it with some other people. He's got a barber shop now. He actually helps out with lots of Denton stuff here, but he also helps out with our school, doing programs to make sure kids are getting haircuts. We worked with him during the 31 days of Halloween. They did some things to offering, free reduced haircuts for the community. Like they really work hard to uplift our community and give people what they need. So that company is, and I'd have to look it up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll look it up, or at least get the name, so the next time I'm on here I can tell you what the name of that company is. Now I believe he's got the red mark on his face, like he's embarrassed. We'll put the hair on him. Like I said, if I'm wrong, we can always switch the heads out. It's not a permanent thing, which is good. It's very, very good that it's not a permanent thing. Hey, do you remember the last time when I did the Temu Vampire Wagon and the piece got stuck? So today I might have to remind myself to check if I'm missing a part. Look inside the bricks. Because that was probably one of the most ridiculous things. That, oh man, bless their heart, the Temu Vampire. Interestingly enough, I was surprised I had so many extra parts afterwards, because I would have sworn I'd been like, no, there's no way that we're gonna have all this. And yet we had all these extra parts. I still have the bag over here. I was cleaning up my Lego city. I took it down and I was making room because I wanted to put the this Old West stuff up. And so when I was cleaning things down, I took it down, I put it away, and I was like, I can't believe I still have, like, at this point, I got to figure out where to put all these extra parts and pieces, and I got to start looking at organized bins and such. But if I'm going to keep it in here in my spaceship room, I got to start, I got to start building some bins that are spaceshipy. Spaceshipy chippy. All right, here we go. So we got our clown. There's a part of me that doesn't want to touch him because I don't like clowns, but there you go. I'll put him over there. All right, we got the ringmaster next. That cool ringmaster. So we got one leg in, another leg in. And what face does he have? He has... Well, let's see what faces we have left. We got this guy. We got that snarky lady. We got a cowboy, so it's this head right here. So Ringmaster will put his body on, got his head. He gets the big old hat, the hat that's got a hand in it. That is a gigantic hat. I love it. That is a big hat. I thought about like looking at like a bowler, but I think for me, I think I'd much rather just have a cowboy hat. I'm still trying to get my gun belt cleaned up and fixed, and so I'm actually I ordered some mink oil, some all natural mink oil and conditioner for leather, so I can fix up my holster, and I gotta to redo a 22 gun belt and kind of clean up the scabbard for my Bowie knife, and I need to do a tack weld on the Bowie knife itself. It's a mess. So yeah, I'm trying, man, get that stuff clean. He's got dark blue legs. I am so happy. I love having the cowboys, and honestly, anytime I can get more cowboys. See, I would like to put a Magnificent Seven group together. Like we could do, or we should have some sort of like Magnificent Seven play set somehow, like the old town or the old church, or training grounds, the rifle training grounds, just something. But I happen to like the original, and I happen to like the remake a little bit. It's unique. I dug it. It was fun. Watched it several times. We could even do like a shipyard and a schooner and do a Quigley Down Under set. That might be a fun one to have. Now he gets his pistol. They put his in his left hand. I'm gonna put it in his right. I'm gonna make him a righty. I don't want to make him a southpaw just yet. And I also, now we're gonna have him firing from the hip. And it's not practical, but there we go. He draws and fires from the hip. If his holster's here, he's cross-drawing, so he needs to have it in his right hand, not his left. So we'll put him right there. We got ourselves another cowboy. Yes! All right, and our final lady is our lady with the knives, our knife lady. And she's got a snarky face. I like that snarky face. She's got black hair. We'll go ahead and do her legs here. So we got 1 and 2. We'll put that on here. And she is sleeveless, so she's got her non-sleeved arms. So let's put the right arm on the right part of the body here. And that one goes on the other side, just like that. And then we'll get her hands on. Like I said, if I need to turn hands to opposite direction just to make sure I got, what I need, I can always do that. And she will come with, it doesn't show it, but I'm going to go ahead and put that knife in her hand. So she's like, ha ha, I'm going to gut you up. Okay, so we've got all those parts in. Now, anything, so a hand, arm, and all these hands and arms, we don't need them out. That's going to be fodder for getting lost here in a minute. So we're going to put them in here, and then we're going to move to the next portion. So let's see, we got that in there, and the rest are all the brick parts. Now the brick parts that we have, these are all parts that help guide the wires here and there. So for them, we want to set them off to the side because we're going to need them. We're definitely going to need them. And we'll need them for a long while. So we're going to kind of keep them up over there. I might even move my light a little bit here just to make sure I got plenty of room. Now, our minifigs, I'll put over here. And let's take this massive book, and I broke it into chapters. We're going to be looking at this one. So we need 1, S, and F. All right. And we're going to go right here. So this is a 16 by 16. All right, kiddos. It is math time. You know how I love math. All right, so we're gonna take this 16 by 16. Let's open up all of our ones. So we got this one right here. We got these ones. 1, 1, 10. I don't know how in the world you snuck in there. 1. Put our 5s over there. I think we're working the 4 today. But just in case. You know Justin? Just in case? Yeah. That's why we're keeping them right there. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this one here. Make sure all the parts are out. They are. And looky there. These are the absolute best brick separators I think I've ever dealt with. I would take well, they have it the FO, the Fun Hole. But the Lumiricks Fun Hole brick separator, I will take over any Lego, any Temu, any other brick separator. This thing is absolutely amazing. This is my favorite brick separator. I've got like 4. I won't get rid of them. I won't. Now, maybe I might put one up for auction one day as kind of a, hey, you know, you want the best brick separator in the world? You got to go with one of these. I don't know why. They tend to grip and do just so much better than any other brick separator I have ever dealt with. And I love it. All right, we got our small parts over here. Okay, we got all of our parts out. Yep. And then one more bag, and then we're going to start building this bad boy. You like that sound? Take it in. Take it in. It's a good sound, right? Those bricks. Good stuff. Good stuff. Check in. Anybody? Nah, I don't want to say anything. That's okay. Putting down ether. I don't do this necessarily for my health. Well, let me rephrase that. I do it for my health because I enjoy building these things. And I like sharing them. So we got a 16 by 16. So we got 2 of these. Let's count them. We got, if there's 4, 8, 12, 16. So go multiples of 4. 16 by 16 right here. We could tell it's square. And then we've got 2 by 8s. And these are going to be 2, 4, 4, 2 by 8 flats. That's a 2 by 6. 2 by 4 right there. Okay. Now it looks like we're going to be going right here. So we've got 2 pock marks left right there. And then this one's going to go off on the side. Just like that. Boom. That's it on step 1. Some of these steps are pretty easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Got no problems with it. Okay. Moving on to the next. Might have to move. Let's see. I'm going to put my minifigs right over here. Brick separator over there. And I'm going to push my... Because I don't want to mix those. My actual like light kit sets. I'm going to push way up there. Okay, here we go. So we need a 2 by 12. So we got 5, 6, 2 by 12. We need 2 of those. 1, 2. We need, looks like 1 by 10. That's, or sorry, 2 by 10. That is a, is that 5, 2 by 10 right there. And a 2 by 8. 4 and 4. Okay. With that being said, this is going to go right in the center. So this looks like it goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This is going to go right here in between. So that middle one's going to line up there. This is going to go on the end. So this is going to go 1 up here. And then 1 down here. Looks like the picture. I say we're good to go. We're golden. As you might say, golden. All right, here we go. 2x12. So we need one 2x12. I have a feeling it's this long beast right here. So that's it. 3, 3, 3. That's 9, 12. Oh no, that's way too long. Let's try it. 3, 3. That's 6, 9, 12. Right here. One of these, 2 4x8s. 4 and 4. That's 8. So 1. Check it. 2. Boom. We got it. And then 1 2x2 in white. Pretty easy. Okay, so this one it looks like we're going to have... Here, I'm going to scoot this off. Looks like we're going to go... Oh, we need 2 of those 1x2s. Look at me jumping ahead, not reading. I've never done that. I've never ignored something, and it's actually not true. How many? If some of you might know, if you're watching this and you're like, how many times have you had to go back just on the few episodes you've done and go back and redo something because you didn't actually pay attention, or you didn't count, or you skipped? Was it last week? For the vampire stagecoach, I actually skipped a step, and I had to go back and was like, I got all these extra parts, but I shouldn't. I have, where does this go? Or wait, why is this here? Because it was, oh, I skipped 2 pages. That's why. It happens, man. It happens. Not gonna lie. It's not the best thing you can do, but it does happen. All right, so it looks like this guy's going to fit right here. Right on the end. So we should have it set up like this. That's going to be huge already. I'm already trying to calculate how much space I have on my display space. And I'm like, should I buy like a board, glue plates to it, and then pull it away from the wall and start putting boxes behind my Lego shelf? Because real estate wise, this is getting big. All right. We're going to set that off to the side. We got another 16x16. I know because it looks just like that. We got 2 of them. If you got 2 16x16s in a set, you got a good set. All right. We got 1 2x10. So let's dig through. Let's find our 2x10. That's 2x8. 2x8. I know he's in here. Oh, brother, now looky there. 5, 5. 2x10. We got 1. And then we've got a 1 2x6. So 2x6 flat. There we go. Now, this has us flipping this over and doing the 2x6 here on the end, looks like. 4 up, 4, yep. And then, if I do this correctly, I should have 2 spots left. Yep, I do. And that's going to go like that. Now, we're going to go and put more marks on it. More pieces and parts. So I have a feeling this is kind of just building our base. So, this thing it's massive, or it's going to be massive. So we're kind of building all the plates together in order to put it together. I could see down the road doing it without all the extra plates, but I also like sometimes the build up and the texture that you get. So I kind of want to, I want to see how they build it this time, and then maybe if we ever rebuild it, we'll change it up. 2x10, we need 1, and then we need 1 2x8. 4 and 4, that's 2x8, and then a 2x6. 3 and 3. There we go. And it's 1 of each of those. So the 2x8, if I come down 1, 2, 3 spaces, so right there, it should be in between. This one looks like it skips a space and goes down. This should cut across and be right here. Am I right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yep. And that's it. Looks like the picture. Moving on. We're doing the right things. Oh my goodness, this isn't even the front of this. This is actually just the looks like maybe the back side of it. Oh, what they say in John Carter? It was the backside of hell. That's what it. No, this is not hell. This is good. This is this is massive. You know, I happen to like the John Carter movie. I enjoy the books quite a bit. Okay, and I've got, I think it was Princess of Mars, the War of Mars, the oh man, I've got, I think, like 4 or 5 books. They were given to me by my sister-in-law, and they're old. They're Sword of Mars and some. I can't remember them all. I enjoy the books quite a bit. So for me, I enjoyed the books, but I did enjoy the movie quite a bit too. And I guess for me, it was like I enjoyed it because I got to see a live action version of some of what I remember of the stories. Um, yeah, it didn't put as much of an emphasis on Deja Torres, but I still liked the movie, and I liked, so Taylor Lautner, is that his name, or Taylor Kirsch? It's Taylor Kirsch. I happen to like that actor a lot. You know, my name is Taylor, so I was like, hey, that's me, but it's totally not me because he's actually in really good shape, and I'm really smart. But anyways, so we got 6 and then 16. So let's see, we'll go 6 here, 6 and 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Okay. But I enjoyed the movie quite a bit, and it's a shame that it didn't do any better. I know people were saying, you know, this movie is what killed Disney and all, and it's like I don't agree with that. I think there's some things that they got away from that made Disney popular with families to begin with, and I think they lost some of their audience because they kind of ignored their families. But neither here nor there. When I do get a chance to watch it, I do enjoy it. I think it's a fun movie. That could even be kind of a cool series to do. If they did a Mars, Princess of Mars sort of, you know, Edgar Rice Burroughs, you know, old book writing things. I could definitely get into that. Lumiricks. Just a suggestion. Not saying you gotta. Just saying. Ah, I lost a brick. I gotta figure out where that one went. All right. Well, you know what? We're gonna move to the next page, and then we're gonna figure it out. Actually, we might have to go back because I don't know where it went. Okay, here we go. That goes right here, so that would be. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. It went right there on the end. Okay. So 8. We're on 8. We're on 10 now. Okay. I'm going to have to invest in a bigger table, it looks like. All right, this is a 6 by 14. So we got 3, 3. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 12. You know what? Here's an easier way. 12, 13, 14. Boom. It's sometimes it's like when I'm doing like 2 by 10s, 2 by 8s, 2 by 12 sometimes. Those are 14. It's like I got to count 7 and then 7, and it's not going to equal out very well. I could always do 2s and 7 2s, but I tend to lose count after 2. What's after 2? 2. No, I can't. Oh, 3? No, 2. I can see. I told you. You know, so just counting, finger count. I play with you. I jest. I promise. I promise. I'm not that bad. I can be bad sometimes when it comes to figuring things out, but I'm not that bad. We got 5. 5, that's a 10. Looks like this is going to go right in here. 2 open on each side. This is going to fit here and secure those boards right there. Looking sharp. All right. Okay. So, 10. We're now on number 11. We're getting close to our normal superstition mark here. 6 by 12. So, we've got, let's see, 6. That's a 10. 11, 12. There we go. And then we got, oh, we need 2 of these. Look at that. They're making me count. I don't like it. And then 2 by 6s. And we need 4 of these 2 by 6s. 1, 2. That's not. 3. And 4 right there. We'll push that forward a little bit. I have a feeling here in a minute we're going to be breaking into some of our actual like lighting kits once we get this baseboard built. This is going to be fun. All right, so we've got 1, 2 of these. And it looks like this is going to go up to the 4. This is going to go to the end. So we should have a 2 mark left on the end here, much like our picture. And then this is going to go here. And then this, we're going to get another one here. And this should jet out and leave a 2, yep, a 4 up on the end, right there, just like that. Okay. And we'll go to 12. Okay, so this has us putting it right here on the end. Pop that on here just like that. And I'm just kind of pressing all these just to make sure that they're fitting. You're not supposed to see the construction on the inside. There we go. Press that down. Make sure it stays nice and pressed. 12. 13. 13, you're getting too complicated. Look at that. Much like an unlucky number, you got too complicated. I might have to pull that page back a little bit to see what they're meaning on that. Okay, so look. We get 1, 2 of these. These are 6 by 6. 1, 2. We got 2 of these little bad boys here. 1, 2. We need 1 by 4. Those are smooth. I know you're hiding from me. Guess what, buddy? You're going to end up in this build whether you like it or not. Nope, that's a 2 up. 2 up. Watch this be the one where it's like you only have 1 by 4 in this bag. Here we go. And I think that was actually the truth. There's only 1 by 4 in this bag. And then a 2 by 6. And it is that cream colored, this like kind of taupe coyote color. Coyote. Okay, so we've got this here is going to rock this way. We're going to put this where it comes off. 2 off on the end. This is going to fit right onto the end here. Okay, excellent. And then the other one. So that one's going to go right here on this bottom. And then the other one, this piece is going to fit right in here, right? Let's see. Yep. And that's going to fit, this fits here. That fits here. And that looks like that actually makes our base. That is a huge, huge base. So I don't know if you are experiencing my channel and my live show for the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I always stop on 13. So after I do number 13, I pause. I'm superstitious like that. But I want to go ahead and I want to show you. Okay, I got a big head. This base plate is as big as my big old head. So, look how, I mean, it's comprised. And I'm pretty sure that this is it, but there's a part of me that's wondering if we might have more. Because we got a lot more base plates here. It makes me wonder if this thing is going to get even bigger. This is going to be like one of those where I'm moving it out of here and you're going to hear the beep, beep, beep construction going on, moving this thing. I might actually have to move it to foam board and like trail it out of here. This thing it's massive and it's good. Here's the thing. You're getting this massive set for like $100. That's a good set. Again, if you want to get this set, I've got, boom, right there. Look at there. That's a referral link. If you're in the live feed, you should be able to just click on it. Otherwise, just type that in. Type that in. Go check it out. If you decide that you want to get this and you get into like the rewards program and all that, get it from me. It helps out the channel. You get it, and then you get to be in this rewards program. You get to save money on things in the future. It's a great program. It's a great company. You really got to get into them. So, with that being said, I think that's enough time, right? I don't have an editor to tell me, yeah, Taylor, that's a perfect amount of time to do your selfish plugs to trying to make a bunch of extra money here and there. I don't think it's selfish. I wouldn't stand behind this company if I didn't believe in their product, okay? And I like Lumiricks quite a bit, okay? It's a great company. All right, we're over here on number 14. I'm going to move this up and over here for right now. And it looks like we're going to need a 6 by 10. So let's take a look. See what we got. We got, oh, that's definitely not. 3, 3, 5, and 5. That's a 6 by 10 here. We get a 12. So if we know that's 10, 12 should be 2 more. 8, 2 less. 2 by 8s. 1, 2. A 2 by 6. 2 less. There we go. And 1, 2 by 4. 1, 2 by 4. There we go. All right, here we go. So number 1. Get a sip of my drink here real quick. Good times. No more mustache. All right, now 2 by 6. We're putting the 2 by 6 right here in the center. Got 4 up on the end, and then this one right here. The 2 by 8. We got one of them that goes right there. Well, it's just one 2 by 8, Tay. And then this one looks like it's gonna, and it looks like it comes off a little bit there. And then we got this one, 1, 2, 3. That's gonna fit off like that. Looks like the picture. We're doing a good job. Alrighty, and then we're on 15. So 15, we've got another one of those curves. We got, let's see, the interior curve. I know it's in here. Yeah, there it is. And then a 2 by 6. And it is a 2 by 6, a brick one. There we go, right here. 2 by 6. We're going to take this, we're going to put it right up here. We're going to snap that into place. And that's going to go up there on top. Going to flip this over. Put that down. That's going to fit right into there. And that part is done for 16. Let's move to 17. You know, when I was a kid, there was a circus that came to our town. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Got one of those. There was a circus that came to our town. It was the Barnum Circus. So I did see it when I was a kid. And I was probably, I might have been like 3, 4. I was really young. Anyways, my mom had taken me down. I can't remember where my dad was or my sister was. My sister might have gone to stay with somebody. My mom took me to the circus. I remember going with her, and I don't remember my dad being there. He might have either been working. I don't think he had gone back in the Air Force at that point. So maybe he was on a business trip. But I ended up going to the circus, and my mom was taking me down to, I guess, like meet the performers and all that, because they had like you can meet the people and go down and do this. Well, the crowd got busy. I got lost. I got separated from my mom. And I remember the guy that was the clown that I thought was so funny at the time was down there. And I thought he was funny. I thought he was silly, from way back in the seats. I was like, hey, not that big of a deal. And he was doing his show and all that. Well, I guess he heard me crying. And he's like, oh man, this kid must be lost. So 12, so 4, so look, this is 16 minus 4, that's 12, and then one more of the 2x4s in white. And so what happened was he came up to me and he's like, hey buddy, are you lost? And was trying to help. But I had an aversion to eyes. So eyes can freak me out if I'm not too careful. Let me restate it. When I was watching The Incredible Hulk, the old TV series with Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby, with that I love that show, right? But every time Bill Bixby would get mad, he'd say, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And his eyes, he'd go, and he had like the contacts on his eyes, and his eyes were a different color. He used to freak me out. Like I would hide. I was like, I don't want anything to do with that. Because I very much, like, to me, the person, who they are, is in their eyes. If they got kind eyes, you'll know they're kind. If they're serious, you'll know they're serious. So this clown came up, and I was really thrown off because his makeup was like stark white. And he did remind me a little bit of this clown here. His makeup was stark white. But our eyes and teeth are not naturally white all the way. And so what happened was I saw his eyes. They looked red and bloodshot against his white caked on makeup. And I freaked out. I absolutely freaked out. My mom found me. She got me. I think the guy was saying, hey, I'm really sorry. She's like, no, not that big of a deal. He's just really young, blah, blah. And, he probably did his best to make me laugh or to make me feel okay. But I was not okay with the situation and what was going on. And again, not his fault. It totally because of the circumstance of the eyes thing. But I have had an aversion to clowns ever since. And a lot of my friends are like, oh, you don't like clowns because of Pennywise from the Stephen King show. it and all that. And I'm like, no, no, no. I was afraid of clowns before that, and it had to do with the eyes. So it makes me wonder if anyone else has ever had a story like that where you just, where the eyes get you more than anything else. You know, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you're there, if you're watching, if you want to chat. You can let me know afterwards when this posts elsewhere. You know, but the eyes for me, that was a big thing, and that was the reason why I don't like clowns. So like my kid, he's wanting to dress as is it Arthur the Clown or Art the Clown from Terrifier. And he was like, I know you don't like clowns, all that. I was like, it's not really clowns that bother me. It's the eyes part of it that bothers me. And so, you know, he's wanting to do Art the Clown. I'm hesitant about it. I've already ordered the costume. I let him do it, but I told him, I was like, I want you to be really careful going out there. It's not something I necessarily support. I won't ever watch Terrifier. After we were watching some reviews and some story about the background and some of the things that came up about what Art does to some people. My kid looked at me and he goes, I don't think I want to go as Art the Clown anymore. And I'm like, well, you know, here's the thing. You got to make sure that whatever you're dressing up as and celebrating, if you don't fully believe in it, then, you know, definitely don't do it. If you've got a battle with your spirit right now, maybe not. But if you do it, my suggestion, and I came to a kind of a peacemaking part of this, so very much the blessed are the peacemakers here. But I kind of came to a compromise. I'm like, you can totally do this costume and be this clown. But my one suggestion and my one thing that I would say that I want you to hold off on, don't do a bloody version. No saw. Because they had like the Terrifier saws from Spirit Halloween. It was like a hacksaw and it had blood splatter all over it. And I was like, just, you know, he's got like, it's a knife that's got like blood in it that you turn it this way, it goes, set down. I was like, just don't do a bloody version of Art. He goes, okay. And so we compromised. We came up with something. We worked together. And sometimes that's how we do it in our family. We figure things out and we figure out what's going to be best. He seemed very, very disturbed by what was said on the video because he wanted to know the background. I was like, well, let's not. I was like, you know, it's like one of those things. It's like, I'm not gonna keep the monster away from you here. So it's time that you get your Grimm Brothers storytelling here, so you can understand that the world's not always, you know, super peaceful and kind, and you do get to see what some things might be like. So, all right, looks like this and this. So it looks like this goes here. I feel like I might have skipped something. Let's go backwards. Let's open this book up right here. 26. Oh, okay. I think I get it. All right. So this goes here on this end. This goes here on this end. Wow. This thing is massive. This is a massive set. Here, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to press these in. You know, I showed the original board here with how big it was, but that's huge. There's a minifig. This thing is big. This is gonna be a grand set. This is definitely gonna be one of those. It's like, I don't know how often I'm gonna build. It's kind of like kind of like I would love to read The Lord of the Rings every year. But I also know it's such a grand and epic scale that it already takes me a while to get through a book. But to get through that book or that series multiple times, it just doesn't happen. So this is gonna be one of those where it's like I'm gonna build it one time. I might build it a couple more times and at some point, but for the most part, I'm using canned air and a feather duster to dust it, and I play with it, and then it's going on display because this thing is massive. All right, we're gonna turn this board this way here, and it looks like this bad boy is going right up here. So we got one up that goes there. We'll need one of those, Tay. And that goes right here. So suffice to say, going back to the Terrifier, I've never watched All Hallows Eve or any of the Terrifier series. And I know I've had people, they're like, well, you know, you would really enjoy it. You'd get this out of it. But I got to be honest. There have been a few things I sat down to watch, and either it's like one thing or another happens in them, and I look at it and I go, you know what? I don't mean to not try certain things, but there's been a few times where I looked at it and I go, you know what? My spirit is telling me not to go there. And so every time I see a preview for it or I see this or that, my spirit's definitely telling me, yo, don't go there. It's not gonna to give you what you want. It's not gonna give you what you need. So I said, okay. And I have shied away from it ever since. All right, that's gonna go there. This is gonna go right in here. Boom. 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 And nope. Boom here, and then one on the end. All right. Holy, you know that might honestly be a thing. So I was born in 1979. So recently I did. It was a TikTok thing. It was a trend. It was like, hey, post a picture of you, no makeup and all this, blah blah blah, and just the way you are, and put the year you were born on there, and all this, and some of it they said it was like, oh, you'll get all these followers. And it's like, I mean, there were a lot of people that were following me. I just started TikTok, so I don't really have a lot on there. Most of the people that I follow are like brick builder sort of, people. It's like, hey, we're building Lego stuff, and we chat about nerdy Lego things, and we got like that sort of stuff. Hey, look, I found another hand. And so for me, most of my feed is Legos, a few action figure things here and there. But, pretty much like any of my other feeds, it's about toys. That looks like that's supposed to be a brown one, but I'm not trying to find this brown little clippy clips. Maybe that's gray? Hold on, I gotta pick up this book and take a look at it. I gotta get up close and personal here. That looks like that's a gray. Okay. We're gonna go with gray. I think that's a gray. Anyways, so I remember when I was younger, I'd watch like, I think of like Hellraiser, and I mean there was some pretty awful stuff out there. And as a young man, that was no biggie to me. There's parts of me that felt very desensitized to it. But these days, as I've gotten older, and maybe it's just my body, saying, hey, dying now is once I've lost people, you understand what when someone dies, what occurs. But it's definitely one of those things where it's like, hey, I don't quite enjoy those shows anymore. I don't feel very young and hard about it, and so I don't necessarily like them. So when I hear about some of the things that go on in the movies, they're like, hey, you would love this, and someone tells me about it, you would love this, and this is so much fun, and I hear it, and I look at them, I'm like, you must be crazy to think that I would enjoy that. Someone was telling me one time about, I can't remember what movie it was, but they're like, oh, maybe it was a Human Centipede. They're like, oh, you love it. They do this, they attach this person's birds. I looked, I'm like, you're crazy to think that I would sit down and put my time into this movie and corrupt my spirit in that way with this movie and watch this. I don't even want to know anything else about it. When they got to a certain point when they were explaining it to me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop because I don't want to know. I don't want any part in it. I'm old school like that, I guess. Maybe very convicted in that way. I don't want to. I don't want to know about that sort of stuff. we got enough problems in this world that I don't want to be entertained by someone, making a movie about some weird stuff like that. I'll stick to my science fiction. I'll stick to and don't get me wrong, I do watch some horror. Like I watch like the Conjuring series and stuff like that, but that Insidious, I think I was watching that, but that's fairly tame compared to some of the shock horror stuff that's out there. When it comes to that shock horror stuff, you're not putting my butt in the seat. And I struggled a little bit with when I watched Nosferatu. I saw it in the theater, kind of enjoyed it. There's some weird stuff, man. But I remember at one point I was sitting there. I was watching Nosferatu in the theater, and I just felt kind of. I was like, man, at the very end scene, I was just kind of like, I feel kind of gross watching this. Like, this just doesn't. No longer entertained by this. It's supposed to be this dark gothic tell love story, and I was like, I'm just not entertained by this. Whereas, when I watched, was it the Voyage of the Demeter, the story about the little chapter in Bram Stoker's Dracula, because I have read Bram Stoker. I've got actually a book of Bram Stoker's stories. So I've got Dracula, Dinner with Dracula, Lair of the White Worm. I think I talked about this in the vampire episode. So I've got that book. I've got, of course, Telltale Edgar Allan Poe reader. I've got lots of Victorian kind of classic horror. What do you think is Victorian horror? I like a lot of the writings from the Old West 1800s Victorian Old West era. Lots of Edgar Rice Burroughs, things like that. And so for me, like, I enjoy Dracula. There's some graphic stuff in there, I'm not going to lie. But reading about it versus seeing it, kind of a different thing. And the movie that Oliver Stone did, I felt was a pretty good adaptation of what we were reading in the book. There's some things that obviously changed for dramatic effect or changed for the effect of this. I will say the stagecoach scene when Harker goes and he gets taken to Castle Dracul, Children of the Night. That scene with the stagecoach driver and the wolves and the blue flames and all that, I really dug and loved that part of the story. Almost like going to a different part of a portal. into a new world, and that whole that whole part of the movie and the book I really enjoyed, and I liked how he adapted it. And I couldn't remember. It'd been forever since I'd watched the Nosferatu, the German film. Um, but I couldn't actually remember if he had a stagecoach. I know he was walking by foot through the foothills for a lot of it. Let's see, we got one of these, one of these. So let me find the rest of my parts here. We're kind of getting to the end of bag one. I know we've got quite a bit more to go, but I wanna get as much as we can built on this one, and then we'll start looking at our other bags here. Let's see. I know it's gotta be in here. There it is. And that was one of the things with the new movie when the Romanian gypsies are taking him in, and he's having the fever dream about the lady and all that sort of stuff. I was like, I don't remember that. It's almost like when Harker stays with the family in the Bram Stoker book, when he's writing about in his letters about, you know, stayed with the family, they have very weird superstitions here, etc., etc., etc. Can't wait to see you, Mina, blah, blah, blah. That, I liked some of that aspect of the film because, they touched on something that kind of gets overlooked in a lot of adaptations because they're kind of pacing and trying to get the movie to go and go. And that sets up a lot of foreboding that we get with the film and with what happens to poor Jonathan, in this whole ordeal. I mean, he's tormented in the castle, and he's turned and changed and etc. And Nosferatu is a loose interpretation of that. So I liked how they added some of that stuff in there. But it was scary and graphic. I will say that. Okay, let's see. We're going to put this here. We're going to drop this across. Right? Yep. This is going to pair up right here on the end. We've got this that goes up over here and meets up there. 1 and 1. So I think this is just like building out the ground at this point. There we go. I've never, speaking of traveling circuses and all that, so I loved, magicians and things like that. The Prestige, Christopher Nolan's story with Tesla and the twins and such. Oh, if I spoiled them, so sorry. But I really like that movie. I absolutely adore that movie, and I love some of the messaging of Hugh Jackman's character about that area of morality and the area of doing what it takes to get a job done, but not really thinking through the consequences of your actions and the loss of humanity when pursuing this dream that is just out of reach, but enough to make you mad, sort of thing. And I love the look of the film. I enjoy that movie, and I never saw, was it The Illusionist that I think came out the same time, that had Edward Norton? Was it Scarlett Johansson? Or no, Scarlett Johansson's in the other one, I think. I can't remember, but I know she's in one of them. But I really I really enjoyed that movie quite a bit. And this kind of reminds me of some of that. But it makes me, I've never watched The Greatest Showman. And I know that I'm going to check and make sure no one's writing me, like yelling at me right now about not watching The Greatest Showman. But I've never watched it. And there have been times I've had people tell me, like, "Oh, you are missing out. Oh my goodness, you would absolutely love that." And I mean, I'm willing to try. I'm not too keen on musicals, but I'm willing to try. I know Travis, if he was on here, he'd be yelling at me because I know he likes musicals. And my friend Jeff, he likes musicals too. I am not too keen on them, but I'm willing to try it. And maybe it's one of those. Maybe I need to put that on my viewing list. See if Amazon's got it. They got it for free for Prime. Maybe I can watch it there, and I can get back to you all. Now that I'm putting together a circus, it feels like I should watch something circusy. It sounds so weird to say circusy. Watch something circusy here so I can relate to what I'm building. This is a mess. I should, I'm not gonna say it's a mess. At least I still watch Wild West and Old West stuff. I will say this, Lumiricks, if you're listening, baby. I love your sets. I love the Wild West stuff. I saw there was a blacksmith set that was up. I'm wanting to get all the Old West sets. Hit me up if you want some ideas for some sets. I would love to work with you all. Maybe help design a set. Let me know. Let me know because I'm game. I'm game. If not, you want to send me another set to review? I'm good. Hey, I know I'm reviewing this one now. I'm working with it next two shows. But I did go ahead and order the cowboy camp with the chuck wagon. Oh man, I cannot. So far, the gold mine cowboy camp. I think I put deer crossing the arch from the desert. I put with my cowboy camp. I ordered like some little sage brushes that are like the one that came with the sunset stopover and like some just cheap bricks. And I have been building up this whole desert old west scene. This is gonna go with it. Cowboy camp's gonna go with it. At some point, we're gonna have like a little scene. It's like, hey, got a gold mine here. There's a robber in the area, and the treasury stagecoach is there. There's stagecoaches bringing people out from the towns to the circus that's over there by a cowboy camp and a gold mine. They might be trying to steal some gold. Build a story in there. Oh man, good stuff. I love these sets. These are fun. All right, so we're just laying these plates down here. I'm looking. Chicken licking. Here we go. And then this is going to go right here on the end. Is that right? With three up? Yep. Press it in. Does it look like the picture? It looks like the picture. If it looks like the picture, you're trusting the process. You're on the right path. My kids, they want me to sing the lava chicken song. Let's say that I remind them of Steve. I'm like, okay, kids. How about I not remind you of Steve and remind you to get back to your work? It's just saying 6, 7 all day. I gotta love them though, man. I love these kids. They are a riot. They are a mess. I got some kids that are amazing. They will follow every ounce of instruction. They'll do everything that you ask them to do. They are wonderful kids. They're sharp. They think through things. They really take their time. They've got some artistic ability that I have not seen in a very, very long time. And I'm blessing those kids like crazy. I want them to be able to have a good future. My other friends that are acting up, I want them to have a good future. But I really work with them on what's called time and place. When's the time to act up? Where's the place to do it? You know, those little rules of civility of when you should open your mouth and say something that's not always a popular opinion, and when you shouldn't, and when you should do this, when you should do that. We live in a tough world, okay? And it's easy to fall into a bad step. But I do what I can to help these kids, just to try to make it to where we have, through them, a society where we can all work together, get to express ourselves when it's the right time, when you should hold back a little bit, when you should, share and fight for what you feel is right, and when it might be times to just quiet Cody the situation, let it blow over, and then go back to it after the fact. Just say, I told you so. It's tough. It is tough. And I love the kids, and I want the best for them, and I really hope that whatever I'm doing for them over time really helps them out. Same thing for my own kid. He's been in a lot of trouble lately because he's been doing things that's not in the right time nor the right place. And I feel bad for some of our boys. Like, I know our boys, they like to play, especially mine. They like to jump around. Boys are like that. I'm not gonna lie. And we don't always set things up for them where it's easy for them to jump around and get to do what they want and get to be active and learn by doing and wrestling and playing. And I want to set up a place, a safe place for them to be able to do those things over time. But there is that lesson of, hey, when's the right time? When's the right place? Because I've seen people get seriously hurt. I've seen someone get hurt in a gym where he got a hole popped in his head from the end of a weight set, and we were all there trying to hold him and hold his head. He's still alive. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I've never reached out to ask him how much he remembers of that. He's a good guy. But anyways, I've seen when playing or screwing around in the wrong place can go south really fast. I've seen it on fence rows. I've seen it where people have gotten hurt. I've seen it where people have gotten wrapped up in barbed wire because they were not doing what they're supposed to. I've seen it when we were playing with BB guns and pellet guns and we weren't supposed to, and I've seen people with lodged projectiles in their butt. Seen it all. Including me having shot a friend with a BB gun. So, I almost need to say, let me pull this out. I put this in the wrong, did I put this in the right spot or wrong spot? I put it in the wrong spot. So, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to pull these up, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. My man, my good friend Steven, I know that I shot you with my dad's Red Ryder BB gun many years ago. And I also know that you tempted me, and I had the chance to not do it and to walk away and say, you know what, that's just wild, I'm not going to do that. And I probably should have done that. And I just wanted to say, I'm sorry that I lodged that BB into your shin. And I'm really sorry that, and I hope the money that I gave you that was going to go on our shopping experience so you wouldn't tell your mom, I hope that covered things. I don't know. Man, I'm sorry I shot you. I am. I love you, brother. I'm sorry that it happened. We boys oftentimes tend to square up and act really stupid. So, ladies, if there's young ladies watching this and you're wondering about boys, we not that we have a problem, but we're a different breed. We not that we don't grow up. It's more like we tend to, as long as we can, keep things childlike and close to heart. And the reason why is because, there's a certain expectation of us as we get older to, is everything on? Yeah. To, fend for our families and fend for the ones that we love, fend for our dads and sisters and moms, and so there's a certain expectation. So when we do get a chance to be childish and silly, we're gonna take it, because that kind of puts us back into a very youthful mind and keeps us from feeling so old and worn down. And so if we go out and we're, pinging targets with a 22 and just enjoying life, that's kind of our way of coping with things and kind of keeping our minds set on the prize ahead. And the prize ahead is to be a good man and to take care of your family. At least that's what I was taught. You be a good guy, be a good man, good father. Take care of your family. Take care of your business. Do what you need to do to make sure that your family's taken care of. And then we will go on from there. All right. Looks like 42. We've got we got the silver lantern out here. So we've got this orange piece is going to go in here. That's going to fit right on top of there. That's going to look cool. I like the orange lantern. The way it looks whenever the lights are on. It's cool. I think we had the same thing with the cheese farm, if you remember in that cheesy episode. Oh man! All right, so we got a 1x4. So we got this guy right, y'all. And I'm going to take this. So we want to help bury this cord in there. We're going to put it right in there, and let's see. They got the line going way out. I see. But it's just drawn very lightly. That's going to go over the top of that. That's going to hold that down and keep that into place. Does it like the picture? It does. All right, moving on. I see we're getting close to that chapter down there, and we've still got some pieces left over here. But now we are digging in our F box over here for... looks like one more of these and one more of these. What makes these kind of special is if you look, they've got channels on them, and that's to help kind of guide the wires so it doesn't pinch the wires and break your wire. So this looks like it's going to run straight out. We want it to go... All right, hold on. I'm going to check this right here. Yep, that's going to go right in there. We're going to put this over the top. It's going to hold that in place. And this wire is going to come out right over here. Looks like that's going to fit right onto there. Line up with that. Wire's coming out. And we are good to go. There. Way to go, 44. We're on 45. That's my age right now. And we need 2 of those 2x4 wire specials. All right. 2 2x4 wire specials. Looks like we're going to run that wire down. So I'm going to wrap it right around here. And that wire is going to go down this way. We're going to do one at a time. So I'm going to take this here. There's one. I'll pop that up. I want to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. I don't want it to pinch the wire. There we go. And then we got one more. It's coming straight out the bottom here. It's going to go all the way up to there. Sure I don't pinch that. I'm going to press that in. There we go. Yeah, buddy. That's looking good. All right, so 46. We're over on 46 here. So we need, it looks like, the green one of these and a brown or coyote. I found out apparently so there's, khaki. There's, was it khaki? There's a camel brown. There's a woodland. There's all sorts of browns. But I found that apparently this color, which I thought was desert, is also called coyote. So it's a specific brown. It's like almost like a Davies gray brown. So apparently that is actually what we refer to as desert, or like a desert tan. Oh, excuse me, is actually called coyote. So I need to pop that. I turned it the wrong way. Would you believe that? I would believe it. I'd believe it because I saw it happen. Oh, Taylor Ray Lindberry, look at you. All right, here we go. That's going to go that way. And then this goes right on the end here. That's going to sit out. I have a feeling that goes probably to the crystal ball thing that goes outside. So that's where I think the bearded lady is going to be. She's got like a crystal ball or something. All right, so we've got this piece. We've got a black barrel. And we've got this here. Now this has got a... what in the world? Oh. We got another one of our little gray parts attached to the bottom. I tell you, man, I don't know how that happens. But it happens. It does. Alright, so here we go. Let's take a look. It looks like this is going to go boom, boom, and boom on top. And then this is going to fit on top of that. So this goes here. This is going to go right here. I'm going to kind of turn the wire. So it's, I guess, fits kind of like that. The wire, nope, wire's coming out the back like over here. Okay. And that's going to trail off in the back. So I think that's the table. That's the crystal ball, the divination table. So, all right. We've got a 2x4. So over here, we'll grab our 2x4. I'm going to pick this up, kind of push it back up here real quick. I'm losing some of my table. It's so big. We got a 2x4, a 2x3. And they're both smooth. A 2x2 with a 2-up stud. And a 1x2 flat right there. And it looks like we're looking like right over here, right? Yes. Okay. So that will go in. So we'll go down. That should line up. It goes right here. This goes right across. Divination table is right over there. Yep. All right. And I'm gonna take my hand. I'm gonna press these down real quick. Just get them nice and set. Okay. There we go. You know what? That's for some reason. I'm gonna pull this wire back out just a little bit. I'll center it there. I'm gonna try pressing that again. And then that wire should come out right there. Alright, that might make that a little bit easier. So, if you do ever need to go and just move a wire, just move a wire. We did it with the cheese farm, we did it with others. I just want to make sure that these sit nice and flat. My main thing is to make sure that the wires are not getting pinched, because that'll cause damage over time. Okay. How are we doing on time? Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Man, look. Principal Huddle, blah blah, cheap followers on Stream Boo. Oh, come on now. You know better. You know I don't need a bunch of cheap followers on Stream Boo. Instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to direct you over there. Looky there, boom. If you want to buy any of these products from Lumiricks, please use my referral link. It's right there. Boom. In our chat box. Again, that helps out the channel, helps me out. And I would not stand by this company if I didn't believe in them. I say that a lot. And I'm wondering if at one point someone's going to go, he says it so often, I'm not sure he believes it. No, but it's true. I do believe it. I usually will not stand by a company if I don't believe in their product. After a while, I'm at least not gonna get on a public platform like this, spend my time raising them up and talking about it if I don't believe in what they're making. And I got to tell you, so far, this company, the builds, the stuff that we've made, every single one of the builds that I have put in and built from them, I absolutely adore. I'm not necessarily going to get on and tell you to promote, a Temu brand. I'm not going to tell you to promote this. I'm not even here promoting Lego. That ought to tell you something right there. And I love, like, growing up, I loved Lego. I had a ton of the castle sets. I had the Space Police. I had Space. I had, the Frozen Planet. Oh, man, Frozen Planet was great. I had, let's see, Space Police, Frozen Planet, Space, like the old school Space stuff. I had some of the cities, so like the petrol shell stuff when they were still doing that. I had, of course, the pirates. Oh, the pirates. Yeah, I had a lot of the pirates. So, and Steven had a bunch of pirate stuff too. And so sometimes I'd bring my sets over, my booklets, so I could tell what was what, and we'd put those together. But yeah, like I liked Legos a lot back in the day. I never got any of the Old West stuff. I never found it in my area. But these days, again, I go in, like I was looking for my friend. He was having a tough day, and I was like, you know what? I'm hoping that if I get him some of it was supposed to be the polybag builds. Nothing big, But this season, the only polybags I've been able to find is like this tiny Millennium Falcon, which I'm like, eh. The Technic Bulldozer, but they didn't put if they put a minifigure seat on there, I'd have been like, yeah. But it was all just plain Technic. These mini racers, which are like, they're racers, but instead of a minifig, it's just a head on there. I was looking at the poly bags, and they had put out some flowers, and so I was going to get them the set of flowers. Be like, hey, we love you. We hope you stay. I worry about you. I want to see the best for you. Let's figure out how to help you, etc. Blah blah. And I go and I look for this set, and I kid you not, it's like I'm searching and searching and searching and searching. And I couldn't find anything. And then I look over, and they had done away with the poly bags, and they put it in boxes. And so instead of it being $4.97 for these 3 little just basic flowers, it was $15 for, you could put together, it was like two flowers in multiple different ways. And I was like, no, pass. I found one creator set. So it was just like a basic creator set. Kind of, it was a poly bag that I guess someone thrown back in there. Like an older set. Ended up picking that up. But I was just so disappointed because it was like this. I haven't seen any, like, nothing really this season besides for like really big sets. But I haven't seen anything this season that I've been like, oh yeah, I've got to have that. Most of the stuff I got was from the season before, the burger truck. I still eventually want to get the donut truck, but you know, I just, it's like every time I see it and go for it, it's like I miss the sale because I don't have money when it's on sale. And then when I see it to buy it at full price, I'm like, I just don't, for what I'm getting, for what I can get from other companies, for the cost, it's like, I don't have to have it. And besides, I'm not even like sticking with a lot of city stuff right now. I'm looking at old west stuff right now. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like, I might just end up passing on it. I don't know. I don't know. Not too keen on Lego. I if Lego's wanting to bring me back, we're gonna have to start getting something a little bit more spectacular than what we got. Spectacular than Spectacular Spider-Man, okay? Kind of done with Spider-Man and the Marvel stuff, and it's just like they do cater to kids, but I don't. Here's the thing: they cater to kids, but then they have sets that are like hundreds of dollars, not making it price cost wise good for the kids necessarily, and the collectors are eating it up. But I just, as me as a collector, I'm like, I'm kind of bored with it. I need something a little more entertaining. Which is why I'm enjoying the Wild West sets quite a bit. All right, here we go. We are now on to, it looks like we're building up the front of this. So we need one, two of these, and one of these. Where do they fall on here? So I found this guy. I'm going to travel back. Looks like right here. So this goes here. This goes on the other side. These bars are going to go one here and one here. All right. That was it on that. 53. 53 done. All right. So we got a 1x12. Let's count them. Let's see. 3, 3, 3, 3. That's 12. 3 times 4. And then a 1x8. 4 and 4. And it looks like two of these. 1, 2. And these are going to go on the bottom here. Here, 1x8 is going to go inside. And then we need two. 2 of these. It looks like 2 of these 1x1 flats. So let's see. That's going to fit on the end here. 1 and 2. And it looks like we're building up. This is like the entrance. It's either the entrance or it's the stage entrance where they keep like the curtain and stuff. I'm not sure on this, but we got that set there. I have a feeling it's gonna go like right in there. Okay. Sorry, I keep hitting this camera every time. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Now normally these are like little trays that we run wires in, and I have a feeling we might be using it for something else. And now it could be for wires. I have a feeling it is for wires because it looks like we might be doing the 2 lanterns here. So let's see. 1, 2. We got 2 of these. 2 of these. And 2, 1, 2 right here. Okay. bars are going out. These are going on top. How do they go? So this goes back. It's going to fit there. This goes back right here. The tray part, it looks like it's going to go... I'm looking to see. Hold on. I'm going to have to pull this book up. Again, my eyesight. Hey! Ooh, oh, ooh. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So we gotta get to the bar. All right. So this fits to here. That's a little complicated, but it's not bad. Okay. I mean, it seems complicated. You just gotta take your time and figure it out. We're gonna put these on here. Make sure that you eat the bar before. Well, no, before the bar eats you. Thank you, Sam Elliott. Okay. Now, we need to go to our light kit. We're going to get the one with our two barrel lights on there. This is going to be for our lanterns inside. These are going to be in white, looks like. So let's go ahead and unravel this bad boy. How are we on time? Okay, yeah, we're at 2 hour mark. I don't know. We might have to extend this in multiple episodes. This is it's not complicated. I'll go ahead and tell you that. It's not a complicated build. It's just there's a lot. There is a lot. Okay, so we need two of these 1x1 black studs. Let's see. Lantern is going to go in here. Am I right? I'm right. That's going to press in. This is going to go on the bottom. And then our other lantern just has this on the bottom, right? Okay. Looking to see quiet where we're going here. Oh, I kind of see what we're doing. I think I see what we're doing. All right. So I'm going to turn this bed. Nope. Yep, look what I forgot to do. I forgot to put these on. 1 and 2. One, I would say 1 and done, but that's not the case. 1 and 2. We're going to put that here, and this line is going to string up and go around to this side, right over there. It looks like we need a 1x5. We got it right here, 1x5, and a 1x4. So, holding that wire down, right? Put our lantern down right there so it's all settled. Then this goes on top. So the 1x5 is going to go here. Come on now. There you go. That's going to fit right on top. There we go. And then the 1x4 is going to go right in the center. Beautiful. Put it on there. He's like, good boy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I get on to my kid about that. I'm going to get on to myself about it too. Okay. Let's see. This will go in like so. Oh, it's going to come out like right over here. Okay. So this is going to travel over. So we're going to do this other lantern a little bit differently, it looks like. Looks like we've got this tied up as so. This is going to go through here. And then we've got one more 1x5. That's going to snap down right there for that lantern there. Okay. We got it. Okay. And let's look, because I have a feeling that we're going to make it into a lantern as well. We're just going to kind of sling this off to the side over here. Put our lantern in here. And that's going to sling right over here to the side. Yep. And we can straighten it up just a little bit. There we go. That's going to look good. That's going to look real good. Okay, then we got our line that comes off of here. That's going to feed into it. And then we've got these two. So we got a 1x8. Let's see. 7, so you know that's it. And 5, so that's it as well. We got the 6 going across here. The 8 going across here. And it looks like the head bar here is done. We are now on page 62. This is going to fit right up on top. Look at that. That's going to be nice. That's big. This is, like I said, this is a big set so far. I'm quite surprised. I don't see any more boards. I don't think it's going outward anymore. But that's a big set. Okay. We're not quite done yet. We need one more of the... We need one of these. It looks like the line is coming down here. And I'm going to get my tweezers out right here. And I want to press this down right over here. And I want to bring that line out. It looks like this is going to fit. We'll try that again. So this should fit right down in there. So I'm going to pull a little bit of slack out. It's going to fit right down in there. Boom. Now the line is pushing out right over here. And we are now on what I Dally marked as chapter 2. So 2 hours in, we've gotten one chapter done. We're now in chapter 2. You know, I think I said it was like 1 or 2 parts. Depending, we might have to go a little bit longer. But this chapter might not take quite as long because I'm looking at it here. So like, I'll move this block over here. So I got it. Get all these pieces over here set. Let me move I'm moving our blocks for our light kit stuff over there. So this time we've got F, so that's our lighting kit stuff. We got a lighting kit piece. Looks like this one right here is going to go with it. Is that all of them? Yes. Okay, so that's in there. And then... Oh, I see. It's strung in there. So we'll have that. We'll have number 2. So let's grab our number 2. And then it looks like we're actually putting a couple minifigures in there this time. So let's open these bags and let's get looking at it. 2 hour mark, man. Okay. So bag number 2. Oh, cool. I'm excited about this bag because, I mean, okay. Let me go ahead and kind of show you this. This is all printed. So these pieces, like these stars are printed on. That's printed on. You've got this popcorn. It says pop, 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 pop. No, man, that's a scary part of it. We got our blue parakeet. We got a bag here. We got printed parts. You got a barrel. You've got 1, 2 swords. I'm kind of excited about the swords. That's cool. Okay, so we've got looks like we're kind of doing some detail stuff on the inside. So we got that bag. Let's open up. There should be 2 bags. Everything else looks like it's bag number 3. And they're all small parts. So we're looking at doing detail stuff inside of our circus tent. Okay. So maybe this might not take quite as long. It might not be as difficult. I got everything in there? Yeah. Okay. So, we are now on chapter 2. Alright, so we're going to open this up right here. We're going to look in. I'm getting buzzed here. Let me see who's buzzing me. Hopefully everything's fine. Let's see. Uh, for what? By snow or I'll have to read that later. So I've got I'm on a group for the builders of Lumiricks, and it's like the tester creators, etc. And so they're having a conversation. But you know what? I can't look at that conversation right now. You know why? Because I'm with you, and it would be rude of me to ignore you all and this build to go somewhere else. Nah, fix it, Taylor. All right, you got it. I'll do it. TayRayGun on the path. So we got these two here. We're gonna move over to 65, and it looks like we're building our ring. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Okay, so we'll grab 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 and 4. Each one of these gets a red topper. Boom. And boom. And boom. And one more. You know, I talked about how much I love that gold mine. And the thing I like about the gold mine, it does definitely feel like a playset. I don't know. This might actually be, it's starting to feel like it's kind of like another favorite build so far. I'm starting to like this quite a bit. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to check and make sure. So, over the top, boom, boom, goes here, goes there, out. We got it. All right. So we got our circus thing. Every time I hear three ring circus, it makes me think of a Tool song, which I shall not sing here. And you cannot make me, and I will not tell you the name of it either. Because I might have kids who are streaming this, and I do not want you to go look up that song. It's a cool song for adults, but you don't need to be listening to it right now. That's end of discussion. Done. Done. All right, we got one of these. This might be, I'm wondering if this is like either the actual like stage, like the curtains or not, but it does have curtains, surprisingly. So I'm excited to see what we're getting out of this. All right, so we need one of the 1x2 in green. Is that it? Or coyote, I should say. So there, a barrel. 1, 2 of these. 1, 2. Looks like we need 2 of these. 1 and 2. And 2 of these little burnt sienna pieces. So 1 and 2. Here we go. Okay. Now this looks like it goes 1 in here, and then 1 coming out that way, right? And then we're building 1 the opposite direction. So 1, 2. Nope. Go the other way, Tay. There we go. Here, and then here. This goes like this. This one will go in this way. And then a bar. And then 1 this way. And then it looks like this goes on top of it right here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Not sure where that goes yet, but hey, you know what? Trust that process. I've mentioned that multiple times. Sometimes we just gotta like calm our spirit. Don't get too rowdy. Calm the spirit and just wait. Wait. It'll be revealed to us. Just wait. And you go right here. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we got something here. Looks like we need 2 of these long pieces. One, and it's actually in a brown. 2, and then 2 of these little brown barrel pieces. 1 and 2. And then these are going to fit, so one's going to go over the top of here, and then they're going to fit right into here. We're going to do that for each side. So we got 1. Okay, that'll work. And then 2, don't forget your barrel. Put it in there. Boom. All right. Okay, we got that settled. Now we're going to go to page 70. Oh, I think this is the trapezius. So this looks like the trapezius bar. Okay. So we need 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and we need 1 more. I know it's in here. 4. And then we need 2 of these. 1, 2. And we're going to need 4 of these little guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And then it looks like we're going to put this together this way. So we got 1, 2. Put that there. This goes 1 here, 2 here. And we're doing this twice. So we've got that one. Now let's build the next one. 1, 2, 1, and 2. I am going to do this. I'm going to clean this part up right here. Look. I'm going to poke this part out. Boom. And I'm going to turn that piece that has got a number 2 on it. I'm going to turn it to the other side. Just kind of a feeling like this is the part we're going to see. I'd much rather have the number 2 on the inside. Okay. 2. I'm going to check the other one. See how the other one looks. See if it's up to my standards. Look, we got... Let's turn this one on. Pop that out. Turn it around. There we go. So we'll do it like that. Okay. Now it looks like we need 2 of these barrel pieces. So we've got 1, 2 of these barrels. 1, 2 of these. And then 4 of these little handles. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 4. And then it looks like this is going to snap into here. That's going to go into here. And then these bars are going to go right into here. Almost like climbing bars in a way, aren't they? I almost lost it. Climbing bar goes there. Okay. So we got this and this. And we're doing that twice. So we got 1 here. Let's do the other one on the other side. 1 and 2. All right, here we go. So we got that all set there. Okay. Woo! We're now moving over to 72. And I think this is where we're setting it up with the bar. Okay, so bar goes down. This goes up. This is going to fit right into the top right here. This is going to fit right in the top up here. Boom. And then let's get our minifig. So we got our trapezist right here. Hello. We're going to kick one leg back. Let's do the other leg. We'll go, we'll kick that leg forward. We'll do that one like that. And we'll do the arms up like this. She's going to fit onto here. Yay. Woo. Woohoo! Woo. Ah, that might not be such a good deal. Careful now. Okay, we got her on there. And then, oh, I guess it's saying we could slide her one way. Oh, we got 2 caps. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. 1, 2 caps. I'm just going to kind of throw it onto this one real quick. So 1 and 2. So these are like wood posts. Probably like they could climb across here if they wanted. We're going to turn it and bring her down this way, and then that's going to fit to here. Okay. That's 75 and now 76. And we're trucking right along. Okay. Now it looks like we're building, looks like maybe the ring. Well, we got the ring, but now it looks like we're building kind of another ring portion here. You gotta be careful. Boom, she's gonna hit her face on that. All right, so we've got this 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 of these, and they do have printing on them, which is nice. 1 and 2, the opposite side right there. Okay, so we've got this part. Let's start putting our pieces on it. So we've got the starred. These go on the center here, right here, right here. This goes on the back here and here. Nice. Okay. Then we have our 1 plate right here. We got this, and it looks like a couple of these little flowers. Gold pieces. Gold. I'm surprised these weren't actually like colored in the bright gold, because we've had pieces that were like done in the like bright gold, like the Cupid set that had the gold pieces. I'm wondering if they just want it yellow or if they want it to be gold. I don't know. We'll find out. They're probably just yellow, Taylor. They're probably just yellow. Now you're reaching and talking bad about someone that you happen to like a lot. Remember, it's a circus. They want bright colors. Not everything is going to be in gold. But I will say that Cupid set, that's a great set. If you remember, or if you saw me do the Cupid set's well worth it. Remember, boom, right over there. You can go to my referral link and get it. It's actually on sale right now. It's $14.99 on the site. Hit that referral link. You can pick up your Cupid set there. You could put a ring in there. You could put, something for your love in there. It's a cool set. It really is. And it is, in my opinion, it's worthwhile. I was actually surprised. There's kind of part of me who wants to incorporate that Cupid set into this. I don't know how I would do it, but I'll find, I'm like life, right? I'll find a way. Jurassic Park taught me that. So with that being said, you could pick up that set and put it with your Wild West sets if you have it. That's going to go on the bottom right there. I have a feeling this is going to be, that's why it's yellow. This is our spinning wheel. This is our spinning wheel for our friend that's going to be taking knives to the head. So 1, 2, and we got 2 of these right here. And then let's build it up. 1, 2. We got this that goes on top. That goes on top of there. And I don't think it matters like which way one of the, yeah, it don't matter. I'm going to do it this way. This looks like it's going to fit right on there, and then check this out. Woo! I have a feeling we're going to put our little friend on there, and she's going to get knives thrown on her head. She's going to be not so happy with us by the time we're done. But you signed up for the circus. If you sign up for the circus, that's what you should expect from the circus. Right? Maybe. I don't know. All right. Here we go. We got this right here. 1, 2, and then 1 bar right here. This is all going to fit on there. So we got 1. We're building, it looks like a foot plate for him 2, 3. We're going to put her on there. Just like that. Hello, lovely knife throwing lady. Gonna fit her onto there. Okay, there we go. And she's got the smirk on her face. I love that smirk. Alright. That's going to fit onto here. She's got freckles and a smirk like my wife. And dark hair like my wife, too. I'm wondering if that's supposed to be my wife. And if she's going to be trying to throw knives at me later. You spent how much? I promise! This was given to me. It was given to me. Nah, she's good. She's an amazing woman. For those who know my wife and have gotten to meet her, she is a genuine love. I absolutely adore her. I think she's one of the most incredible people. She keeps me on my toes. She keeps me an honest man. She is a great woman. And she is an amazing teacher. I have learned so much from her just watching her instruction and taking advice from her too, you know. She's sharp as a whip. She really is. All right, here we go. We're going to plug that in there. There you go. Just like that. And it looks like we need a 1x6 and a 1x4 here and here. It's going to go right on top of there. It's going to go on here. And then we've got ourselves, ready? Let's sync that sound. There we go. It's like a clapper, right? Clapboard, that's what it's called. I have not used a clapboard in years. Never had. Well, no, I take it back. Have had to. Back when we would shoot film on CP16. So 16 millimeter film on those old world Vietnam era CP16s. We would record audio on a, I'm going to turn it this way. We would record audio on a, this is a Sony mini disc, mini CD recording set. We had the clappers there. We had the long ones for distance shots, and then we had the small ones that had scene and stuff on it. And we would use those whenever we were shooting on film. But I haven't, you know, like I have a 16 millimeter. I've got a Bolex non-reflexive 16 millimeter camera. It's like up on a shelf. I've used it a couple times to shoot like B-roll footage. The problem with the Bolex CP16s, they were never synced to be like ongoing, so sometimes the picture would skip if the winding wasn't done correctly. And so you would get it to where it just like the if you recorded audio and tried to sync it up, it might be off a little bit because of the nature of the Bolex non-reflexive cameras, the way that they were like recording footage. Because you got to remember, this is picture shot, so it's like you got your f-stops, you're rolling, you're exposing film and then hiding it. So exposing film for a short duration, hiding it, and then you got to go get it developed and all that sort of stuff. With that being said, oftentimes if you have a camera that doesn't sync correctly, what could happen is that when you record your audio, somewhere down the line, it's going to sound funny where the voice doesn't sync up anymore, and that's because your CP16 doesn't sync the way it's supposed to. It doesn't fit the way it's supposed to. It doesn't record the audio, and it might skip a frame and cause the audio to be off on someone, which happens. Like I said, we used it for B-roll footage mainly. We use the CP16s for everything else. Ever since then, I haven't used it since college, and ever since then, I wanted to say that like I've never really had to shoot film ever since then. Like I've shot on video, and video is a lot of the ways most people shoot today. You do have some directors that shoot on film, which is fine. But the setups that they have are so complex, and the film that they're shooting on is such a high quality, like 16 millimeter reels, things like that. It's a lot harder to find. There's other things you can do that makes life so much easier. And honestly, the Sony delivering like the mini DV cam, so getting more like high quality video in a smaller package, that kind of sealed the deal for a lot of people. Made things a lot easier to to shoot and create, movies and stuff. And some of it looks pretty good. There's filters and things you can do. I knew a guy that created, it was a shutter system. It was like a system thing that would help create shutter effect on some of the Sony mini DV cams, that would create like a little flicker to give it that movie feel, and it would pan easier, and it would keep frame rate, because normally film is at 24 frames per second. Video normally was at 32, though I think it's higher now, just to have a smoother frame rate. But back then, you'd have 24 pictures every second. And the flicker of the film on the silver screen is where you got a lot of the stuff. So, with that being said, long story short, you would add this contraption to create a flicker, so it looked more like film. Honestly, I don't even remember where this conversation started. I'm trying to remember like where we started on this, but yeah. So here we go. Here's our circus stuff. Sometimes when I rant and I'm like, I get done, I tell a story, and I'm like, and thus being, what was the point? I do not remember. Okay, here we go. We got our printed bar. Look at that wood paneling. Isn't that cool? So we got a wood panel bar here. We got a 1x8. Let's count it. 4, that's 8. Got 2 of these. 1, 2. A 1x1 smooth flat in Coyote. And then a 2x4. Okay. And I'm looking at this over here. So it looks like we're building, it's like a bench set. That's cool. Okay. So we're going to put this here. I'm going to put that on top of there. These go in like this. Let's see. 1, 2, just like that. Is that right? I believe so. This goes over here, it looks like. My book is scrambling on me. No, that's going to go way over there. All right. I'll pull this one up. This goes way over there. Look at that. So I like having the book cam. I really do. But sometimes it's kind of difficult to see like what I'm doing when the books are big like this. It can be problematic. So that goes here, right? Yeah, 4 up. And then this goes over here on the end of this green. Right. Chow. All right, that is number 90. Man. 90. Let's go. We're over at 91. I'm wondering how much more we have of this. We still have a little bit of this chapter. How are we doing? We're at 2.5 hours. This is a build. This thing is a beast. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be patting myself on the back when I'm done with this one. I'm going to feel uber accomplished. as uberly accomplished as I can be right now. Okay, so it looks like I might have to pull this. Okay, so we've got this one. Looks like it's going to go straight out that way. This one looks like we're going to pull this down, and that's going to be going right here. I'm going to end up moving that sword, I believe. Okay. So let's take, you know what? Let's do this the right way. Let's pull. Whoa, hello there. It matched my floor, and then my hair was in the way. Okay. So, looks like we're going to bend this wire down, kind of like this. We're going to push that into there. And then we've got this piece is going to go right on top. Okay. And I'm going to kind of push that wire in like that. And this is going to go right on the end here. Okay. So that is 91. We're going to be looking, so that was here. We're going to go to 92. So we're embedding more of our wires here. We need 3 of our light plates. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 of that one there. Okay. And it looks like we're running both wires. We want to run it up 4. So we're going to go this way and this way. I'm going to try to take both of these and plug them both in right there. Because it looks like we're kind of going to run down the end of this. The battery pack might be over here somewhere. Okay. It's going to go there. And then it looks like our bars wise. Let's see. Let me pull the book up a little bit. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this. I'm going to break my own rule here for a minute. Because I really need to see what I'm doing. Okay. There's an old riddle. Says, if you're flying through the desert in a canoe and a wheel falls off, how many pancakes does it take to shingle the roof of a doghouse? Well, the best answer I've ever heard was a badger with a machine gun. Makes no sense. But sometimes you got to stop. You got to look at something. Try to analyze it because it doesn't make sense, and then you got to make sense of it. So it looks like, okay, I think I see what we're doing. Okie dokie. Okie dokie dokie. So this, I'm going to use this to hold this wire down right there. So we've got a wire that's coming there. It's not shown there, but technically we would have a wire right there. And then we're going to run these 2 wires underneath this plate. And this plate right here is going to hold that down right there. Okay. Now, this is going to come down like this, right? Both wires. This plate is going to go right on top. So I should have 4, 4. Yep, lines up right there with that. There we go. This is going to come down, and then this one will sit right over the top right there. These 2 wires are going to trail off on the side. So we're burying the wire underneath so we can see what it is we're doing. Now, let's get back to building some more of our circus stuff. Okay, so we're on 93 here. We need a 2x6, a 1x3, and looks like a green 1x2. I can't wait till we get to the parrot. So maybe I could talk in a quack, quack, parrot voice the whole time. Or not. We could choose not to do that, Taylor. That would be nice not to do that and run people away. Okay. So I said that I need to pick up the sword. And I'm going to put the sword right in here. It goes in that bin right there. Okay. Let's see. We're going to turn this a little bit. There we go. We've got a green one that goes on the end of this. Hello there, green. We've got this bar that goes right there. And then the 1x3 is going to line up with this. Go 2 over and drop. Right there. Okay. Looks like the picture. Yes. Where we need to be. So now we've got a 2x4 that's in smooth. Let's see. This guy right here that's slanted. We got, where's our He-Man cross? He-Man cross right there. Let's see, two of these 2x2s, 2 up studs and smooth, and then one of those. So it looks like we're building this area out right here, and this might be the backstage area. And that'd be kind of cool. Whee! All right, I guess she could look. She's trying to steal the show. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! They're fighting. They're fighting over it. Fighting over the audience. A little cramped on that stage, but it'll be okay. Okay, we're gonna put that there. We've got, this is gonna set one over. Got a 2x4. This is gonna go up 2x2, and then we got that He-Man cross right there on the end. Look at that. That's how it's done. 94. We're moving to 95. Just trucking along, aren't we? We might actually meet all 4 levels in 4 hours. We'll see. We'll see. Might have to go a little bit longer, man. This is going to be a beast of a build. And here's the thing. What I like about doing these live streams is that I can build the live streams. You get kind of an idea, because I tend to truck along. Like I'm trying not to take my time. But you get kind of an idea of how much time it takes to put them together. Gives you a good idea, if you're wanting to get it done a day, gives you a good idea of how much chunk of time you're wanting to spend on it. Because sometimes the sets, when they get a certain size, you are going to be spending a little bit more time than you think putting them together. So here we go. I missed one. Look. Right here, right? Or no. This is where we're at, right here. Okay. So it looks like I'm gonna lift this up a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. We've got this here that goes on the end. We got our 2x4 that goes right here. We've got oh, we need 2 of these. I'm getting where I'm also looking at the wrong directions, I think. We got this 1x4, a 2x6. So we also need this 2x2 smooth. That goes here, right? Yeah, crosses over that. This goes here. And this is going to go here on the end. And it should, does it line up? It does line up. There. And then this goes on the very end. Just like that. Okay. Now we're looking at these on the bottom. So now we need this, and a 1x6. There's a part of me that I'm looking at a direction that I'm jumping ahead, trying to look at the next direction. I need to start, hey, slow down a little bit. It'll be okay. Slow down, man. All right, so that's going to go here. And then we're going to put this on the end. We got 1. We got 2. This goes right here, and then this should fit. Beautiful. Look at that. It's almost like it was designed that way. Yeah, it was designed that way. That's how it works. You know it fits because one part fits into the other. It's designed that way. All right, here we go. So that was 96. We're now on 97. We're about to hit 100. That's pretty wild. So we need a 1x3, 1x4, a 2x3, a 2x2 with a 2 stud up, 1 of these upward hooks, and 2 of these 1x2 green smooths. Like a smooth criminal. Ooh. Alright, we're going to put that in here. We got our 3 up. That goes right there. One of the 2s goes on the end of that. goes on the end of that, right? Yep. This goes here. This goes right here. And it took me a minute. This one actually will go right there. So like the picture, then we're on the right path. All right, here we go. We finally get to our bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. All right, so we've got this one right here. This is a number 3, which that's the only one in that kit. So I'm going to say that that's the one. We got this guy. We got a perch piece. We've got, what is that? That's a black hollow stud. And this, is that it? Looks like it. So this is going to go with the bar inside here. This part goes up. This perch goes here. The bird's going to go on the perch. Hawk! Hawk! Oh, it's ridiculous, Taylor. It's ridiculous. This is going to fit right into here. And the bird is going to go right here. That's pretty cool. Let's turn. Let's see. I think this, and it might be a specific way. I'm going to turn the line where it goes backwards. Let's see if I can fix that. Because I have a feeling we might be running a light over there. So if that's the case, that wire is specifically in a certain way for a certain reason. So again, on Lumiricks stuff, if you're looking at it, you get a channel on there. You want to turn that channel the right way. Channel being the little slot, because that's where we're going to be putting the wire. Okay. We need now our last light string kit. I'm going to go ahead and start unwinding this. Let's go ahead and get it opened up. Let's take a look at it. I'll turn her this way, and we're going to start opening this wire. Oh my goodness. I hope you didn't see that. I just yawned. I don't know why I'm yawning. I got plenty of sleep. I guess you go so long with your brain addled and working, you kind of, maybe you start getting tired. Maybe that's what's going on with me. All right, here we go. We're going to put our lantern piece on. This goes right in there. Now, it doesn't have me channeling that wire through there, but I see I pulled it out there, so I'm going to, know what I am going to do? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to turn it that way. There we go. It was rocking back and forth on that stud, so what I did is I just turned the stud so the wire would fit with it. And I'm hoping I did that correctly. We shall see. We shall see. As Conan once said, we shall see. Okay, it looks like I need one of these bad boys and my wire pliers. Wire pliers. It's a funny one to say. Okay. I'm going to push this wire over this. I'm going to turn that a little bit, just like that. Push that wire over this. I wanted to go around that stud in case I ever need that stud, which I might. And then this goes over the top. Holds that into place. There we go. So we've got 2 lanterns on the back, 1 here, so it looks like it's going to be nice and lit inside. This comes off on the sides. I'm wondering if that's going to end up trailing back over that direction. You know what? We shall see. So that was 100. We are now on 101. And I'm going to keep this page out like this, so you can't see it over here on this, but I'm going to kind of pull it here. We'll look at it right here. And the reason why is because it's very specific for the wires. 1, 2. So we got these 2 plates. Let's get our pliers again. And it looks like it's going to go down and run right through here. So 1. So this will go right here and cap on this one. This is going to come out of the 3rd, out of the plates here. This is going to go right here and hold that into place. So at this point, like anytime we're burying that wire, I want to be as careful with it as I can. Now 101, 102, looks like another plate. Okay, so let's grab another one of our 2x4 wire plates here. We're like right here. So it looks like we're wrapping the wire. It's going to go around this way. And then it's going to come out the bottom. Am I correct? Yes. And that looks like it's going to go here. Come out of the 3rd slot over there. Boom. Okay. I can see why this is going to take so long. I mean, we're not even done with chapter 2 yet. This is quite a bit. All right, so we're at 102. We're now at 103. It looks like we're building some more bars and such. So let's take a look. We got one of these, one of these, one of these, and one more of these. We're going to be doing, it looks like the opposite way this time. So we're going to go this way. It's going to go on top. Boom, boom. So that can curve that way. And then we've got 1, 2, and then 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this will go here. That will snap on top and hold that all into place. And then looking at it, much like the last time, we got this and this. Go like that, right? Yep. This goes here. Am I correct on that? Yep. This goes in over here. And I don't have anything on top this time, not like the last time, right? No, it doesn't look like it. And this bar will go over here on this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, where does it sit? Sits right here. And that bar, I'm going to adjust it so it goes in correctly. Because should it go kind of like that. Nice. It's looking, every time I see it, it's looking more and more like an actual circus. Okay, 105. Let's go to 106. So this time we got our traveling buddy here. So we're going to grab our guy, grab our bag. This goes on this, on the end, right? He's going to stand right here and watch. Okay. That's it on that one. And now it looks like we are building the seating or the bench piece behind him, which is going to be 107, which is up on the camera right here. Right here. So we got 1, 2, put that there, and then 1 and 2 here. That fits right on top of there. These are going to go 1 here, 2 here, and this is going to fit right here behind them. So much like the other side. So we're building the interior section here, which is making it look like, you know, the inside of a circus tent. That's pretty cool. I like the swords. I like the touch of that. We got our wire over here. I want to make sure I don't mess with that. Let's kind of tilt it upwards so we can kind of see. So looking inwards, we have the trapezes here. We've got this lady on this. We got the audience watching over here. That's pretty cool. I'm digging this so far. I'm really digging this. We're going to turn it back around until we get to where we want to go. Or until we find out that when you turn it around the opposite way. 108, it looks like we've got another direction where we're doing a wire. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to grab our brick here. I'm going to turn this because it's going to go specifically this way. And I'm trying to see how, okay. Oh, I see. So this is going to go out this way. Right here where this will stop here to here, I believe. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And yep, that's it. Now, this looks like it is some sort of lamp. So we've got this, and that's it. There we go. So this goes upside down to here. This will fit to here. This fits right on top of here. Am I correct? Yep. And actually, let's turn it to where, hold on. Wait a minute. That should turn like that, and that wire is not going to go off that direction. Okay, so we got this lamp here, and I'm wondering what that lamp is going to do, but you know what? Trust the process. It's all a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful explanation. In the end, we can look at it, figure it out, and go from there when we get to that point. All right, here we go. Got another one of these little bricks here. This time, okie dokie. So it looks like, I see. Okay. So we're going to lift this brick right here back up. Okay. And then we're going to press this one back down into here. Because it looks like this needs to come out of this area over here. So with that being said, that's going to go here. I gotta get up close personal, guys. I'm sorry if you're having to see top of my head, but I gotta get up here and kind of close to see what I'm doing. Making sure I'm not ruining a wire. This is gonna come out of the top over here. That's gonna go there. This is gonna come out through here, and that's gonna go right there. Okay. Again, the wire parts, oftentimes I want to make sure I'm getting them right. Our neighborhood. Our neighborhood. You know where our neighborhood is. Now, if I search the phone and find out you went further, guess, hey, what should it be? I don't know, maybe, hey, look, hi Noah, our neighborhood. Our neighborhood. Don't disappoint me, please. Kids, right? If you need to know, that's my kid. I worry about him. Okay. So we got that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. We got one of these and one of these. All right. Now I'm sitting there and I'm worried about everything. You know what? I'm going to trust it. I'm going to trust that he's going to do the right thing and stay where he's supposed to stay, or somebody getting in a lot of trouble, because he's already been in a lot of trouble. And I want him to do his best. It's like I wanna let go, and I wanna have him be able to explore and do things much like we did when we were kids. We got to go out and do this and that, and I'm a Gen X kid, so it was like we went on our bikes and we did not come home for a very long time. And oftentimes I tried to avoid staying at home because I knew that if I was at home, my dad was putting me to work. And I didn't want to have to work. Because if I said I was bored, that was like saying you were bored was like a curse word in my house. You're bored, huh? Well, I got something for you. Be like, no, I don't wanna. And so I'd sit there, and I remember, like, what are we doing? Or can I go? And he's like, nope, no, I got something else for you. There was one time my mom about flipped out. I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. I respect both of you so much. I just want you to understand that as I tell these stories. But there was one time, and I was probably I was probably close to his age, my kid's age. And my dad was like, hey, I need some help cutting some boards for a deck. Okay. Thought maybe he had like a saw or something. So what he did is he needed to cut this one board, but the board was moving around. He's like, I need you to hold the board here. Like, put your hands and knees on it to hold the board, and I'm going to cut it right in half. I'm like, okay. Then he whips out, and it's like a 30-inch ribbon saw. So if you don't know what a ribbon saw is, so it's a chainsaw that has a big loop that goes around like this, right? And the inside it's hollow, and the chain runs around the whole thing. And he had this chainsaw. This thing was loud. Like, I don't even remember what CC engine this had, but it was fast. It was loud. He goes, I want you to hold that, and I'm going to take the saw, and I'm going to run it. Now, you got to remember, I'm holding a board with my knees and my hands, and I'm like sitting over the top of this with this chainsaw coming towards me. And he's like, just stay still. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, I'm almost there. And I mean, this thing is getting close to my crotch, getting close to my chest, because it's a big old ribbon saw. It's getting close to my chin. I'm sitting there going, all right. He's like, hold the board. I'm like, oh God. And my mom came out, and he finished the cut just in time, and she just looks at Don, what are you doing? He's like, I just need to cut this board. She goes, do you realize how close that is to our kid? So he got in some trouble on that one. He did. I'm a little bit like my dad. I tend to stay in a lot of trouble. All right. I'm gonna look. I think we got enough time for 3. We're gonna try 3. We're gonna see if we can't get this last bag or so in. We might be doing this in 3 different episodes because there's quite a bit to this. But we've gotten pretty far. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move my minifigs back over here. I'm gonna grab bag 3. I'm gonna push this over. We've got our S parts here. We got 4 and 5 there. I don't know if we're getting to that today. But let's go ahead. Let's empty that bag. Finish this up. Good stuff. All right, we're gonna empty that up. We are. Ooh, that's like a book. We're gonna empty this. Ooh, look, they do have some gold pieces. Look, they've got some metallic gold pieces in there. That hood. I think this is all of our backstage stuff. Another silly hat. I like it. Hair brushes. The works. The Wex. Got scissors here. Oh, that's cool. We got Lego scissors. Check it out. We got little Lego scissors. Okay. I think this is part of a mirror. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to try to run through bag 3. And then I think we might have to draw it for the end of the day. Let's go to page 112. Now, 112, we are right here, right? No, we are now turning to where we are right here. No, we're now turning so we're right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So we need, looks like we got one of these. We need one of these. We need, where is it? I know it's in here somewhere. A green and this guy right here. Okay. So coming out of the bottom up here, it looks like we need this one. We got this that goes here. This is gonna lift up out of there. This goes right here. And I know I'm in the comments section over here. I'm trying to, let's see if I can't push things over just a little bit. And then this is gonna go on the bottom right here. There we go. Okay. We need a 2x6, a 1x4, which is just regular 1x4, a where is it? I saw it was the claw, the little. It looks like it's a green claw this time. Or no, it's coyote. It's a, well, I've got a that thing keeps hitting me in the face. There it is. There it is. Okay. Got this guy, or do I need it in green? Green. And so these are pretty close in color. So, I mean, it's like one of those you might be looking at. I don't see a difference, but there is a subtle difference between two. One's more green, one's more coyote, and all of it is a howling good time. Just ignore that. All right, here we go. I'm going to put that here. We're going to put this right here. We got our 1x4 that goes there. Oh, we needed 2 of these. 1, 2. This goes right here on the. This one goes on the end. This goes here. That goes there. Right. This one goes here. And this one turns and goes right. Cha. There we go. Does it look like the picture? Yes. Then we're good. We're moving on. So 113. We are now on 114. Okay. We got a 2x14 here, and this is that dark brown. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2x14. Looks like one of the 1x3s in that this nice color here. We got 5, that's 1x10. So it's like the 1x10 goes here. It's going to leave a pock marker 2 up, and that's going to fit right on the end, just like that. Is that right? That is right. Now, we need 4 of these little brown studs. 1, 2, 3. We need one of those. 4. We need one more of that little stud. 1x1, flat, smooth, and then one of these. It's a coyote color. Now this looks like it's going to go here, then here, and then one up here, one right here, 1, 2 on the bottom, 1, 2 on the bottom, and then we've got this He-Man cross that's going to go right there. We straighten it up a little bit. There we go. 115. Let's go to 116 and take a look. So we've got a 1x3. So 1x3. A 1x2. A 1x1 and 2. Or no, a 1x2 and then 2 1x1 studs. And I know they're in here. There's one. I'm looking, and 2. Honestly, when I talk about that, I was like, hey, seriously, if you need a stud, look no further than right here, right? Alright, I'll leave you alone. Okay, here we go. Sounds like my kid is back. I could hear him, and I might be messaging him here in a minute. That's going to go here. We got a stud that goes on top, and then this one goes on the end. So it's going to create this kind of design like this. And then we've got, it's almost like fangs in a way. So like 2 pieces that come down. So they are this one, and then we need the opposite side that's going to go, I guess, on the other side. 2. Here we go. All right. And they're going to flare outside. So this way and then this way. Okay. It's 117. We are now on 118. This book is massive. This is massive. This is going to be a... so far, this is a beast of a build. I'm enjoying it, but it's a beast. Okay, so we got this bar. We got a 1x8. So let's check it. 1x8, 8, 8. 2 of these burnt sienna studs. 1. No, there's got to be another one in here. 2. Right there, and then 1 of these tray lines. So it's a 1x2 that's got like a little tray on it. I'm looking. Is that right? Yeah, he's got to be in here. Here, I might have to... Oh, there it is. Choo-wee. Man. Alright, so that's going to fit right there on that end. That's going to fit to that. These are going to go on each end. So 1, 2... We've got a 1x6. Is that 5? Yep. And then 2 1x2s. 1 and 2. So that's going to fit here. Hold that together. Right? That's going to fit here. Hold that together. That's going to fit here and hold that together. Boom. Okay. I'm wondering if that's the curtain that I have. Every time I'm like, oh, it's a curtain. It's a curtain. It's a curtain. It's a curtain. There's a curtain. I know. It's just not quite there yet. Let's see. We've got these 2. These right here. So 1. I've got another one over here, but that's the dark brown. I think I need the light brown. Am I correct? Trying to decide, because I know I've got, let's see, I'm seeing these right here. I've got like 3 of those. Oh, there it is. So yeah, these are the lighter browns. So keep in mind, there's a dark brown, there's a light brown. We're using the light brown on this, and they're going to fit right to here. So 1, 2. It's going to fit to here, so that's going to go right on that end and lock into place. So that was 121. We're now on 122. And we've got a 4x8 and then a dark 1x2. So we got our dark 1x2, a 4x8 right here. This looks like it's going to fit right to this side, so it's going to click into place. And then we need a 2x6 and a 1x5 right there. No, 3 1x5s. 1, 2, and 3. So that's going to go right here. 1. That's going to go on top. 2. And these are going to fit right underneath there and there. Yep, looks right. And then some space on the bottom. That's 122 and 123. We're now moving to 124. We need a 1x6. 5, so that's 1x6 there. Boom. And then one of these. So that's going to fit to here. We should have 3 out. And that's going to go right there and fit to that side. And then we need one. I'm trying to listen in on what they're doing. 2. We got one of these and a 1x4. It's like I'm trying not to eavesdrop. I'm dropping no eaves, for my Lord of the Rings fans. Trying to drop no eaves here, but sometimes I'm like, what in the world are they talking about? Him and his friend. Alright, so we're going to put that here. We're going to drop this on top. That's going to go right here. And I'm wondering if this is like a dressing room wall or something. Like this is going to go back. We'll figure it out. We're not quite there yet. That's 125. Let's go over here to 126. And we need a 1x8. So 4 and 4, 1x8, and we need 2 of these. 1, 2 of these right here. It looks like these are going to fit. Oh, I see. Hold on. 1 and 2. And then this is going to fit. How does that go? Right here on there. Okay. I get it now. And then we got another one of these. And then a 1x3 in that dark wood. Okay, the 1x3 in the dark wood goes right up here. Boom, on the top. This is going to go right here on the bottom. And that, yeah, it looks like some sort of wall. So, that's pretty cool. Okay. 128, trucking along here. We need, looks like the light wood rail, and that is a 8. 8. Looks like an 8. Yep. And then the wood one in an 8. 8. Okay, there we go. So adding to this wall, this is going to go here. That's going to go here. That's going to go here. And add some very nice decorative trim. And then this, it looks like is going to fit to here. Am I correct? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is like the back display wall. So this would go back here, I'm guessing. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. So we're now 130. So 130. We're not quite done just yet. We got a 1x8. You get back. You get back to where you're supposed to be. This guy, and then a gold star. Where's my gold star? Yes, gold star. And then this is going to go right in here. It's going to fit to here. And that's going to go on top. And Estrella Amarilla. Well, gold. Gold, I can't remember gold in Spanish, honestly. But Estrella is a star. So we got our gold star there. Now, push that over here, push that over there, and now we're looking at a new 4x8 and a 1x2 in dark. That's gonna snap on here. You ready? Oh, I love that sound. That's 131. Let's go to 132. It looks like we're building the other side. The other side. I still see that stream boo thing up. I'm like, that ain't gonna work. Old stream boo. So disappointed, stream boo. I don't know if it's showing up in the feed here, but hey, you know what? You know what I haven't done yet? If you have not hit that subscribe or the notification button, subscribe, follow, give me some help here. It helps the channel out. If you have not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. If you haven't followed one of my pages, be sure to follow. You can use my Lumiricks reference link right down there. That'll help me. So if you buy something from Lumiricks, like the Cupid set, hey, right now Cupid set's only $14.99 on that Lumiricks site. Use my reference thing there that helps out the channel, helps me out. So that way I can continue building bricks and sharing the stuff with you. So if you were to get that there and help me out, that would be much obliged. Also, if you would like to see some of the other things I have in the shop, I've got my link tree on there as well. You should be able to find my link tree. Just hit up TayRayGun. I brand it that way for a reason. TayRayGun, just like down there, TayRayGun. Yeah. Spell it out. You should be able to find me all one word. I try to keep things pretty simple. Mondays I've been doing some action figure shows. I had to change up my format a little bit, but it's there. It's there. I'm trying to get shows in. I think this next week we're looking at the oh my goodness, it was the Night Trooper from Star Wars and Holiday Edition. So Star Wars The Black Series. I got a Night Trooper Holiday Edition there, so we'll be checking that out. I'm still trying to get a Royal Guard Ghost guy, so we'll get that one set up hopefully soon and get that on board so you can see that one as well. But yeah, we trying to get things up and going how that used to be, and posting enough videos so that way you all are entertained. I felt so bad for a long time. I felt like I was letting everyone down because I hadn't been online, I hadn't been posting, and I hadn't been creating content. And so now that I'm back in the swing of things, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We got about 45 more minutes, so we're gonna see just how far we can go. If we go over a little bit, that'll be fine, but I don't want to go too far over. Alright, so 135. We're over on 136. We got this guy right here. We got this one right here. We're going to put this up on top. And this is going to go on the bottom. And then let's do these. We got a 1x8. 1x8. And then this rail here for our 8. It's going to go here. It's going to go here. And go here. Alright, and then let's go to 138. 138 right here. So it looks like we're copying a lot of the same things. So this is going to go right up over here. It's going to fit to there. We got a 1x8 here. We do have this. Another gold star. So let's find our other gold star. There we go. Beautiful guy right there. And then it looks like a 1x2 smooth flat. And let's get this part put together here. So we got this. This definitely, with the gold star, it definitely has like a Old West sort of vibe to it, which I dig. I got to decide on what I kind of want to. I'll probably play like some Polya for a little bit. I might play a couple rounds of Fortnite at some point. I'm trying to decide on what I would like to play, but I think at some point I'd kind of like to watch a movie, and I was gonna see if my kid would want to watch a Western movie with me. The last time, so I've suggested and offered. I've been like, hey, we should watch, you know, Quigley Down Under or this or that, and my family, they're like, we're so done with you talking about Quigley Down Under. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I really like that movie. And so they're like, I'm done with you and talking about Quigley. And so I was like, well, we could do like, Magnificent Seven. Jay had me watch, what was it, the Head of Herrera Huerta, I think is what it's called. It's pretty good, but it's, again, like, going into the episode, there was so much, like, and there was, I don't know, I had to take it a little bit at a time, because out of the get-go, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but the language and some of the stuff, I was like, I'm, I need to hold off just a little bit, I think, and I had to take it, I'll watch it, but I do it in small increments at a time. I'm sorry, Jay. I become so old. Maybe that's what it is. I just become so old that it's like some of those things just kind of affect me a little bit more than they used to. But back in the day, man, I was watching all sorts of awful stuff. You know it. I think I sat and watched some things with you before. Some questionable TV visiting in Austin. But, it's I don't know. These days is like and also some of it is like there's certain things that I might have on this. Like, I don't necessarily want my kid to watch that. He was wanting to watch, it was Alien Earth the other day. And I told him, I said, we're not watching that. And he was like, why? You love alien stuff. I'm like, I'm not watching it because it's stupid. He was like, is it scary? And I'm like, no. Well, yes. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, it was scary that it got written. I still have not warmed up. And here's the thing. Those who know me, I love my Alien Saga stuff. I was okay with, was it Romulus? For the most part, I liked Romulus, but there was some writing, there was some memberries in there that I was like, we didn't need that. Like, we really didn't need that. And the fact, when you put in certain memberries, like, remember this? From that famous South Park episode. When you go out of your way to put those in, no, sir. No, sir. You do yourself a big disservice. About the time that, like when they had to make the droid Ash, I was like, okay. Look, there we go. Looking back in there. Looking cool. So the fact that they had to make droid look like an Ash series, even though it's not Ash. And we have lots of different types of droids, skin jobs, or whatever you want to say. If you really want to tie Blade Runner into Alien Saga, Prometheus, and all that, and they're skin jobs. They're replicants, or whatever you want to say. Cool. There's, at some point with Alien Earth, I questioned the writing, because I'm like, who in their right mind? And I mean, I'm sitting here with all honesty. I'm trying to be as kind as I can, but I'm like, who would ever deem it okay to put a child's brain, like their what they know, into an android? And how well did you make this android that it can jump off a cliff and it survived the entire fall, when we've seen androids being ripped in half? And I don't, there's a part of me that's like, I don't understand the vibe on why this thing was created. I really don't. I don't get it. This is Alien Earth. This is one of those where I'm like, and I was hesitant, but I was like, you know what? They're gonna do good. They did okay with Romulus, and then I went back and I started, watching Romulus. I'm like, that's right. They did X, Y, and Z, didn't they? They didn't have to do those things. They chose to do those things, and we are worse off for it. So there, there's some stuff that I'm just like, I just there's a few things here and there that I just kind of wish didn't that we didn't see. I skipped a step, didn't I? Of course I did. Look, this and this are gonna go here and here. I start getting in a diatribe, I start talking about things, and then I totally miss a step. So this is going to go in here, right? Yeah, so it's going to go across like this. Flat piece on the bottom. That's going to go out like this. And then this is going to go on top like so. Kind of like that. Okay, and we'll just slide that there. Woo! 45. So 145. We're on 146 now. 146. I'm trying to see what exactly it is that we're doing here. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is going to turn and fit right into there. So if you can't hear, let's scoot this back out. So I'm back kind of in the middle of my screen. I can see what it is I'm doing and working on. Put all that up there. So this is going to snap right into the bottom. We're going to pull the slack out of this. Okay, and so that's going to end up being its own light. So this looks like it's going to sit kind of on the side. I'm wondering, it might fit over there or something. But let's see, 146. So let's go to 147. 147, we're starting. What? Oh, a new part of our build. So we got this guy. Got this. This is our new light peachy color, sort of wood color here. Here, and then two of these 1x1 smooth. So one. I know what's in here. I know it. I can feel it. It's around here and make sure it's not underneath there. 2, 3. Should have two of those. Ah, there it is. And 2. Okay. So it looks like this is going to go here. It's going to fit to here. It's going to go here, here, and here. Okay. Now we need another one of these, another one of these, one of these, a 1x1, and two of these. So 1 and 2. 1 here. 1 here. 1 here, and then this one's going to go up and over like that. I have a feeling we're going to plug things into this. So 148, let's go to 149. Looky there. I called it, didn't I? And of course I did. It's like one of those, it's like I already kind of know. So we've got, this is going to fit onto here. Okay, so this is our makeup station, looks like. So we got that. We got ourselves a little brush. How cool is this? Like that brush is going to go here. We got a comb. big orange comb, which reminds me, I need to replace my comb here pretty soon, or my brush. Got a brush. And then it looks like we got like a cup or something that goes up here. It's just a barrel piece. Right here. And that's going to go right there. So we got ourselves a start of a makeup station. We need 2 of these. So 1, 2, 2 of these. Look, we got our mirrors. I think it'd have been kind of, so I like the printed. There's a part of me that wonders if it had been like silvered, if that would have been better, if it was like just kind of a mirrored silver, kind of like that, instead of that. But you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take what I have. I think that's my one area where I'm like, well, we could have, but honestly, I haven't put it together, so I don't know what it looks like. I might put it together and be like, you know what? I wouldn't have had it any other way. So that's going to go here. We've got these. Now these, looks like the lip part's going in. We're going to snap that to there. Yeah, you know what? I think that looks better as the mirror. So I'm going to agree with Lumiricks on this. Yeah, because then they can add like the line work in it. And look, there, that's cute. Alright, so the knuckle part's going to go here, here, and here. And then we're going to put these on top here and here. We got some mirrors. We're going to turn it 90 degrees, like that. And then we're going to be putting it onto here. So it looks like we got, this is going to go here, and then we're going to turn this until it stops right about there. So that's a cool makeup station. Check that out. Look at that. And then it looks like we've got a holder and our scissors. So what's interesting is when I first was looking, this particular hand thing was holding the scissors. And that goes right there. Got a little makeup station. Have a feeling we might be putting some feet on it. Of course we are. Why would I think any differently? So we need this right here. So one, and then 1, 2 of these. Looks like we got 1 here, and here. This goes on the bottom. And this is going to go right here on this portion, and then this is going to go right here. So like, kind of like that. Is that right? Looks like the picture. Okay, now we need, we have 1 more of those, right? One, another 1 of these, 2 of these, 1, 2, and then these 2, it looks like these 2 drawer pulls right here. Okay. This is going to go 1 on, 1 underneath, 1, 2. Am I right? Yeah, I see it. That goes here. This goes underneath, so kind of like that. So that's what's going on. We've got it to where that is set up kind of like that. Hey, good afternoon, Chris. Back to the Old West. Yes, I absolutely love these sets. We've got, I probably have another 30 minutes on this build, but I have a feeling this thing is a beast. I have a feeling that this particular thing will be probably 3 shows at this point, because it's a little bit more than I think I was originally thinking, because we're about to hit that, we're getting close to that 4-hour mark, and it is still We're still only on, I broke it up to chapters, and we're still like, I think, what is it, like few 3 chapters in so far. So we'll be on 4 next. But there's quite a bit to it. I did not realize just how much was in this set. So that's 155. We're looking at 156. Okay, here's what I'm going to do for 156. 156 is a little weird. So I'm going to look at it right here instead of sharing it over, because I want to see how they do this wire. So they've got this wire coming down. Okay, so they want this wire coming down and fitting onto the bottom. So we'll put this like this. That's why we use the grooves. Okay, so that'll fit in here. We're going to pull the slack out, and then that'll fit onto there. And it looks like this is going to fit right over here into this corner. If I can get it to snap into place. Is that right? That's right. And then that wire, of course, is coming out. Excellent. Oh, I see. So they put that brick there to keep that bar in place. Man. It's going to be kind of a cramped changing room, but you know what? It'll be a cool one. All right, so at 158, we're going to look up over here. 158, looks like I've got 2 of these bars here, and then we got the wire run out. So I'm going to grab 1, 2, I'm going to grab my tweezers here, and looking at where it's coming out from over here, I want to press this down, kind of hide that wire as best I can. 1 bar is going to go over it, and then this wire, it looks like it's coming out of the back of this brick over here. So this will go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, it'll go out this way. And then of course this guy is going to go right here, square up, and meet it right there. And then that's where our wire is going to be. And then I have a feeling, because these are probably going to route together, and probably meet, well, just a little bit. There you go. It's just pulling it forward, but that'll, you know what? Let's pull a little bit of slack out. Just a little bit. A little bit of slack would be fine. A little bit of slack would be fine. Give it a little bit. So I was telling Chris, I was telling people earlier. So you know, this is the set that Lumiricks sent me. So this is the one that they sent. But I was also able to get the cowboy camp. So once this one's built, I'll probably be doing the cowboy camp. And I still got like a few other like farm things and stuff. But I had to take, so I had, with all the Harbor Town road trip and all that stuff I had out, I ended up taking it down, and I'm only building right now my Old West set out. So I'll probably put some kits together, take them, put them away. But I'm gonna have to start building new tables for things, because there's so much. But the Old West kits, I am absolutely loving them. All right, so we've got, looks like, 1 of these and 1 more of these right here. These are our 2 router pieces. So it looks like we're running our 2 wires down. So we want to run these this way from right up. So we've got this one here. Wires come down. 1, 2, and 1 more. We need 2 of those. So it looks like this is going to fit here. That's going to fit right here. Hold that, and then that one's going to fit right here. Hold that one into place. And then our wires are sitting off here and coming to an end. And that's probably where they're going to route up. We're going to probably have to put the router on there, which is this piece here. and we'll get that. So that's 159. Let's see. 160. 160, we've got... Oh, I see. So 160, we need this. We need this, and we need the top. We are building... This is going to go right back here. This is now a stool for our clown, so he can do his makeup. It's a makeup station. I guess they can all use that makeup station, right? Just got the Blacktron. Oh, no way. The huge one that's got the yellow canopies and stuff. So it says, I just got the Blacktron Reboot Lego kit. I rushed to build it, but have no place to display it. Yeah, from what I understand, that thing is like, it's pretty big. There's someone I follow on TikTok, Cassie Bricks. And she's building the Technic Millennium Falcon, the Legacy one, the huge one. And she's like, yeah, this is a great build, blah, blah. She's like, I have no idea where I'm going to put it. You know, because she's got a Titanic, and she got, like, the Black Pearl. And then ended up picking up the Disney, was it the Disney Cinderella Castle or the Disney Princess Castle as well. She wasn't sure if she's going to have enough money for all. Or she was trying to get one of the two, ended up getting both. Me, on the other hand, I was looking at the Black Pearl at one point. I was like, I got nowhere to put this. And I still have old Mega Bloks pirate ships. So I've got it was the Captain's Cutlass, and that thing, like, when you put it together, it's like this long. With the sails, it's like this tall. And then I have, it's like the, I can't remember, it's like the Phantom ship. And it's got, like, lights in it, so if you fire a cannon, it's got these, like, light-up things that happen. It's about 24 inches end to end, so 2 foot and 2 foot. Boom and boom. Yeah, that's huge. This is going to be huge. I'll hold, before I'm done today, I'll hold this up to my head just to show you the base plate. This thing it's a lot bigger than I was expecting. It's cool, and I love what we're getting, but it's pretty big. I'm quite surprised so far. Like I said, I'm having to break it up into multiple builds now just because of the size. Alright, so we've got, it looks like, oh, I see, I missed a part. So that fits to there, fits on here, and then we've got a display head, like a mannequin head. And that's gonna go right over here. Am I correct? Yep. If I can get it to sit there. So, yeah, there we go. And this will actually set, it looks like, a little bit over the curtained area. I kind of wish that had an extra. I'd like to have more pegs on the bottom of that. But, here we go. Alright, so we're kind of finishing up on chapter 3 here of this build. So it looks like we've got one of these, 1, 2, and then one more bar, and we're finishing out. So this looks like the detail stuff in the back lots area of our circus. I'll turn that a little bit, set that. So that would be like, if and I'll kind of show you. So this has like little bars here, right? Retaining bars. So in set world, if you've ever been in film or involved in film, or even stage shows or even plays, we've got what's called flats. And so you've got, the board that goes up, and you got these bars that come out, and almost like it's about 35, well, I'm trying to remember, like, what, 45 degree angles, and then a 90 on the bottom. And that's what keeps your boards up, so that way you can put up a wall, retaining wall, and it's going to hold it in place. You normally bag it on the back. When I worked in the photography industry with Manny Rodriguez, giving you a shout out, Manny, I love you. You're the man. When I'd work with Manny, that we would have flats there, and the flats were, we would take those things and 1, 2, we'd put them up, and we had a few flats that were so heavy and so big that when we put them up, we had to use multiple of these arms to hold them in place. There was one that was, I mean, it was beautiful. It had wainscoting on it, had these like flare out arms. You could hang stuff on it, but you had to be careful just because of the size of this thing. But it was so heavy, it took about, oh man, I want to say it took about 4 PAs to move this. So PAs are personal assistants. And I remember, and I was pretty buff back in the day. Like I had some fit to me, you know. But I remember struggling to move this thing. We had it on floor dollies, and we were trying to move it across the way, and that thing was so heavy that we barely we he wanted it across the studio, and we actually just could not get it where it needed to go. This thing normally sat over on the wall, like away from everything, just because it's so thick and so heavy. But we ended up, like, when he moved studios, he set that thing up, and I think it became kind of a permanent setup in case they needed that wall. And it's a good thing because it was too heavy. It was very heavy. Okay, so now, oh look, cool. It's a cute hat stand. So this is gonna go here, and this looks like it's the same kind of hat that our clown has. Let's take a look. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So if you wanted to change his hat, you could, in theory, change his hat and make it green instead. Put a red one back there. But I'm going to leave the green one on the stand for right now. I'm just going to kind of go with what they have. All right, that's 163. We're on 164. So we've got our crate here. We've got a whip. We've got a book. So we got 1, 2 parts of our book. We got some printed pages. Now, I don't know, you can't really see that, but you got some really cool printed pages that got torn ends on it. So much like a Lego book. You're going to take this and this, snap them together. And it's called a travel journal. And then we're going to put this in here, snap it into place, and you've got a travel journal. This is going to go in the crate. Oh, I see kind of what they're doing. So that's going to go, how? Okay. That's going to go in here. This is going to go in here, but it's going to kind of go through this. And that's going to go on the outside. And this is going to go right in here. And it's going to plug in, they're saying right here on this bottom. So, pop that back on. Put that here. Oh, I see. You know what? It needs to go to that one. Right? Right. Doctor. Okay. All right. So we're building. It looks like the last part is like the little curtain things. And I think they might go on the front, like over here on this part. So let's do our last little bit. We've got 1 by 8, 1 by 8, so 4 and 4, 1 by 6, and a 1 by 6. 1, 2 of these, and let's stack them up. Boom, and boom, boom, and boom. Okay, and then 1, 2, and 2 of these. So that goes on the bottom. It's going to go to about right there. Same thing. Here, and then here. And then, let's see, 166, we're going to go to 167. 6, 7. I still cannot believe. It's like I don't want to say it at this point, but it's like I have been so brain rotted by some of my students that I can't stop saying it. I blame them. If you're one of my students, you're watching this, I blame you. I blame you for the 6-7. You gotta stop. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got these right here. So we're gonna go. Let's see. That goes here. One there. This goes on the bottom. And we're gonna do the same thing here. Here. One goes right on the end. This goes on the bottom. All right. 168. And we're going to go to 169. So we got these two and then a gold piece. So that's, oh, that's cool. It's like a tie. And then we got our little gold piece that fits there. We'll do the same thing, but opposite this way. It goes here. Put a gold piece right there. Boom, that's cute. Cute, that's cute. We're going to turn this around this way. And then these are going to go right here on the end. So we got 1 and 2. Let's take a look. Look at that. That is something else. That's pretty. And you got, of course, your swords. You got your gold stars. You got the trapezes. You got the lady on the spinny wheel over here with the knives. You got cloth curtains back here. And then you've got the backstage display stuff back here so far. Which is cool. Pretty detailed. Pretty nice. Okay. 170. Hey. We made it to bag number 4. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop myself here. I'm going to move my parts over here. Let me adjust my camera. Let's talk. My back is starting to give out a little bit. I have been at this now for 4 hours. So we're going to fade right here. So 4 hours I have been on this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So, I have a big head. I want to hold. This is bigger than my head. This thing is huge. I would say it's probably at 16 to 18 inches by 16. It's not quite, Chris, it's not quite as big as that Blacktron Reboot Lego kit in size, but it's still pretty big. And it's like one of those things where it's like, when I get it out on the shelf, I'm going to have to really figure out like where to put it, what to do. There's some cool things. Like I like this trapezes here that's hanging upside down. I like the lady on the wheel. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that the trapezes was a little bit higher, but we're also trying to make sure we have room for everything. I like the lanterns on the back, and once the lanterns are on, so we've got 1, 2 lanterns here. Of course, we got our crystal ball up here. We got the entrance lantern where the booth is going to go. We've got this over here, which I think is over by the shooting gallery. And then in the back, you've got your light for the makeup thing here. So there's quite a bit as far as light kits. Now, we've already plugged in all the lights so far. We just haven't put the router down. We haven't put the battery pack on it. We haven't done that part of it, but we've got all the lights embedded into the kit. I dig this quite a bit. I really like it. And I think I said I was going to put it near the old mine or the Old West mine set. I took the arch from the travel set. I put it out there. I've been building, little brushes, and I got like some blocks from Dollar Tree and plates that I was building up, like just little mounds and such. Put the stagecoaches out there. So, the hope is that these sets, when they're all put together, will have a nice like Lego here. And this is one of those things where I dig it because Disney, Marvel, they're doing reboot kits here and there, and they're doing a lot of creator series where the castle stuff you're getting is either through their creator sets, or you're getting castle stuff from the guys who do the big crazy builds, and then they're selling the kits as their builds. So they've got fans building them. They're like, hey, we want to take that and sell it, and they're selling them for pretty big prices. And I like the Blacktron stuff. There was some Ice Planet stuff I'd love to see them do, and I thought that they were going to hint at doing some more Ice Planets because we got a couple of series back a little Ice Planet figure that came with a saw and a penguin, but there hasn't been anything on the horizon. We got a steampunk figure in the last kit before all the little figurehead cars, and I picked one up. I was like, hey, and then nothing has happened. So, there was even like the wolf pack leader, which I was like even more excited about because that's the castle kits, and nothing has happened. Whereas Lumiricks has been putting out castle sets, they have been putting out medieval sets, they're putting out the Old West sets, which I have been absolutely adoring. And then even they got Cyberpunk, some city, they got like a record shop, they got a dance thing, they've got steampunk. So they have a lot of these sets that we've really been craving and wanting for quite a long time. Lumabricks has been putting them out. Their minifigures are a little bit different in that, they don't attach to bricks on their bottom, but they're still pretty versatile. They plug in really well, and they've got really nice plugins and play features. So, again, I wouldn't endorse them if I didn't believe in their product. So, again, if you are deciding, hey, you know what, I really want to get, one of these Lumabrick sets. Okay. If you decide you want to do that, please, I'm going to do it here. Shaboom! Hit up that reference link right there. Even if you just hit up the reference link to go look at the shop, use that reference link to look at the shop. The clicks also help me quite a bit, and it helps keep this channel up and running. And yeah, Chris, right on. This is a fun kit so far. And you got to keep in mind, we still have a shooting gallery, a bearded lady with a crystal ball, a ringmaster, a popcorn cart, balloons, and a whole tent that goes around it. This thing had 7 minifigures in it, which is kind of insane, but 7 minifigures, and they are actually a part of the set. So you can put them in this. I like the lady with the knives. She's got a bit of a smirk on her face, like, and she's got freckles. She reminds me of my wife. So I'm going to say that that's my wife in there, throwing daggers at me. She wouldn't, but still, just I like the idea. So this is where we're stopping today. Okay, this is massive. We got really far, and just to let you know, if you decide to pick up this set, use that reference link over there, pick it up, and just be prepared. It is not a one. I mean, you could probably do it in a 1-day build, but it might take most of the day. By the time you're done, you'll be like, oh, my back, oh, and you might be hurting. I think I initially said I was going to do this in 2. I have a feeling this might be more episodes. Should have it done probably by the end of the month. And then we got to decide on which set we're going to do after that. And I might do some like little builds tomorrow just to kind of throw up on the channel. So with that being said, we're done with this. I absolutely love what I have so far. Lumabricks is killing it. This set has been absolutely amazing. If you're wanting to get the Lumabrick set, please use that reference right there. And yeah, the pain in the back, yes, from bending over. That's why, like, when I have people that are like, oh, I did a 24-hour build, and I just went, and I'm like, hey, bless your soul. If you can do that, do that. But my back, after about 4 hours, I think I'm hitting that mark. So when I think I went like 4.5, almost 5 hours on the cheese farm. And I think at that point I was like, I know, I think I was dribbling and talking at that point because I was in so much pain that I couldn't do anymore. So yeah, there's a point when you're doing these builds and you're crouched over and you're looking up and you're crouched over and you're looking up. You can only go so far. 4 hours is about as much as I can top out. And I know you know that pain, man. Especially wearing, because we wear proton packs too. So when we're out on show and we got those proton packs, I mean, they're like, my pack is, I don't know, my pack is kind of heavy. I have an old generation. It's an old Spirit Halloween pack. It's not even a fiberglass kit. But even with the old Spirit Halloween pack with the battery, the straps, the frame, the rebuild, the 3D printed parts, because a lot of it's been rebuilt. And I think the motherboard is like was a 1/4 inch or higher like board. It gets kind of heavy. So there's at times when I'm doing like this, I'm like I can't function anymore. I can't work. I can't do what I need to do. So that's how I feel with the Lego sets. After a certain amount of time, I'm like, I'm done. And I love the fact you're like, I know that pain. Yeah, I know you do. I know you do, brother. I love you. I love you. All right. So I think that's kind of where we're gonna lay it. Next Saturday we'll come back. We will pick up on bag 4. We'll try to run through bag 4, bag 5. We'll see how far we can go within the 4-hour mark, and we'll see how much we can get it. We might be able to squeeze it into about 3 shows. I do want to get this one done because I do like this one quite a bit, and I might start doing review online form for it. But it's a good set. It's well worth it. So if it's something that you're looking at money wise that you're thinking I'd like to get it, it's a good set. It's pretty good. Take care, you too, brother. Take care. And I love you. And guess what? Jesus loves you more. Nothing you can do about it. I want you to have a blessed day, okay? All right. Goodbye.